It's a buzz. A different kind of buzz. An exciting kind of buzz. From the court on campus to a beach near you. One net, one ball, game on. All sorts. From all over. A melting pot of good people. And one shared language. Serve, pass, set, spike. Big characters, big moments, bigger smiles. There's nothing really like it. Bold, competitive, fun. And a welcome for everyone. Volleyball. Feel the buzz.
If you have the words, there's always a chance you'll find the way. Seamus Heaney. The Irish are great wordsmiths. From world-famous poets to songwriters to authors. Our chosen words will connect the present with our heritage. National team players devise their vision for how they perform. Díogras, Brodúil, Tiamanta, Loidir, Bachlitcha. This mission statement is emboldened across our uniform. With Ohm, the first written language of Ireland, connecting our heritage with our now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 2 of our grand finals here at the National Indoor Arena. Our first game to get underway today is SETU Carlow versus Ballymun Patriots. So we had it yesterday on the girls' side. This is our Division 2 final to see who goes up, and I believe if I'm right, the runner-up from today still has a shot for promotion into Division 1, but they gotta go through the team coming down from Division 1 to see if they can make that jump up to Division 1 next season. So a lot to play for today, you know, direct promotion versus another bite at the cherry, but whoever does end up as runner-up still's got another chance. I am joined today, this morning, by our very own Benny O'Regan.
Pleasure to meet you, Graham. Yeah, I'm here to give you good inside analysis on these two Division 2 teams, since I am a player from the Division 2 section from Coach Spartans.
Played against them, and you know, the SETU Carlow, a lot of the boys would have maybe came through Spartans as well.
They do indeed. Yeah, we have the middle blocker, James Needham, but he's not starting on the bench there. But
talking about middle blockers, Ballymun gets us underway, running it through the middle and sniping that corner.
That's it, a nice long roll into the corner, got between positions 5 and 6 there. Just an easy positional shot, and Carlow weren't ready for it at all. Carlow came through the semi-finals, beating us Kilkenny Spartans in a thrilling 5-set encounter in Kilkenny last Sunday. They would have been the underdogs for that match, but came up trumps against us.
So ball goes back to Captain Adrian, has a great line swing, but dug by Taylor. Team Money on the cover again. Now we go wide to their oppo, recycled. They have a bit of time to get a good backcourt swing. Wow. Big out of system, what can Jeremiah do? Cut shot comes in. First big free ball chance, but sticks it right in the corner. Captain coming through with another swing. There is contact with the antenna and judged to be the ball. Wow, great opening exchange here so far.
Yeah, there was a couple of good blocks by Carlow set up there on the outsides that made Ballymun recycle and rethink. And then Carlow managed to put away by their captain, Adrian Pictura.
I like to see Coach Pavel here in the sideline, multitasking as always, being coach and media guy.
Yeah, well, he's a jack of all trades. However, I do think that Antonio there from Ballymun, he's a jack of all trades as well. He always rolling. It looks like he's a beach volleyball player coming from it, and rolled it into the middle blocker, who's unsure whether to take or not.
So Ballymun keeping the pressure on. They go back to Jeremiah Phillips. Can't give him that line.
You gotta love Jeremiah Phillips. If people don't know who he is, he's a up-and-coming bright star, part of the national underage setup. Actually gone up to under 20s. Doing his leaving cert this year. He was speaking to him during the week. He's looking to do medicine up in Dublin next year, so there might be a Premier Dublin team looking to tap him up.
I hope so.
We'll see how he performs today anyway.
So good solid pass in. Ballymun goes back to their oppo. SETU Carlow was a little late on the block, but paid to their advantage.
Well, they got their hands in the correct position at the right time, and there it is, number 10, James Needham, former Spartan player. We would have known him for having a high jump and a high reach. Just then about his control.
Wait. There was a net touch though.
Yeah. Second referee, Gleb Dimitrenko, called something on that as they went up at the point of attack there, which was maybe.
So those of you who are maybe wondering, no, this is not an anniversary kit for SETU Carlow. They just had a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction this morning, doing their best to get ready, and hopefully the new kits bring them a bit of good luck today.
Well, they'll need to anyway, because nothing helps preparations when something goes out of the ordinary. So they had to fly down to Blanchetown Shopping Centre and invest in a kit that would suit them all. So they've drawn the numbers on front and back for this final.
To be fair, at least they're pretty big for us to read.
They are indeed. Thankfully, I know all the players by face as well, but lovely little tip there on the middle block. Caught Luke Evers off guard.
You know, big part of players is not just being able to hit the ball hard, but having variability and options and be able to go for these different points.
Well, you have to use your scoring strategy to your advantage and see what's in front of you in relation to a block, no block, who's the weak players are to aim at, and where's potential to maximise getting points for your team. Oh, that's a great swing by Jeremiah Phillips. Going in all the way across court to zone 1.
You know, even we seen it yesterday at the Division 2 women's final. A lot of back row 1 being played, and even now in this game, we see it coming from both teams. And it's a vital part of the game that I haven't seen in the last couple of years in Ireland, but now more and more teams improving, the attackers and setters' ability improving, and we're getting a lot of swings from back row, keeping guys engaged.
Well, more people are eager to get onto the ball, and they want to be the main breadwinner in terms of points for their team. Oh, and there was a nice little tip there by Eden Hurley, number 21. Eden, I know from NUI Minute, playing there, running the club there for a few years. He would have been familiar, I'd say, with Julian, who's on the senior setup. He'll be playing with Balbriggan in the Premier Division. Here's Eden Hurley to serve.
So Ethan, former setter turned spiker now. Oh, great block touch. Setter's got time to recycle and go again.
Barucha's up there, he got hands on it again.
Oh, there's panic. What can the setter do? Calms it down.
There's a three-man block. Three-man block were there, but to no avail. Too many hands facing outside the course, and the ball followed in the same direction.
So far, only the Ballymun fans getting out of bed this morning. Setu guys, are you up and in the chat, or did you just not get up to Dublin?
I'd say they're all concentrating on the exam starting on Tuesday. Nice swing by Adrian again. You get to have another go at it. Goes in the middle to James Needham.
Wow, love that.
He's pumped from that. James started off in Spartans 2 seasons ago. It's his 3rd season playing. He's playing now with Carlow, local rivals for us. He's managed to drive this team on, but he can cancel out that epic spike he had previous to that with an unforced error on the service line.
Always this one, even as a setter, when your middle gets into 2, do you give them that ball just to give them that little bit of extra energy? Sometimes they over-rev.
Well, you try to get your middles in as early as possible into the game.
Wow, sneaky, and I like it.
Kaczynski, he's not very well known for it, for his overall game. He's usually what we would say is just a ball lifter, but I'm glad he's proven me wrong in that particular moment, because it's not usually in his game, so it'll make Ballymun think more as the game progresses.
Nails on. Often find with setters, once one dumps, then the other one, it's like they get reminded, oh yeah, I can dump.
That's it, they're more than just a playmaker. They can actually be a player, and they can win points in their own regard when the opportunity arises.
Coach Pavel for Setu telling, look, I was there, don't volley it, go hit it. Big mantra I had yesterday is, I don't want free balls, I want swings.
But they also don't want to give away silly errors as well like that by Evers with the double contact going over the net.
So solid blocking, but Jeremiah Phillips just staying high, staying long.
And he has his hidden hand already ready before the ball comes into him, and he does so well with such a short swing. He gets enough power behind that ball, makes defenders think twice.
Great ball to get Ballymun out of system. Setter gets turned to get the ball back in onto the net. Dig is tight, and there was a foot violation from the setter. They're just trying to stop him from going over.
That's another one added on to Ballymun's points tally. Another one Carlow could look to forget about. They have to minimize it. You can understand it at the start of every game. Nerves might get a hold of them. A few little lack of focus moments.
We have a 2-point gap at the moment. Jeremiah Phillips trying to close it. Ballymun keeps it alive. We have a great swing up into the block to recycle to give Ballymun the next shot. Set goes slightly wide, and hitter goes adventurous, looking for another little beach cut shot, but doesn't come off this time.
Bianco, he apologizes for that. He mishit it completely, hit on the outside of his hand, didn't get any clean connection on it. It falls on his own side of the net.
Drops short on Libero Taylor, goes wide, looks for the top. Short approach, but takes the wipe off. What a recycle. Dubious, but refs are happy to let it go. Big pipe through, and just misses the sideline. Line shot's really quick with the flag, confident with that one.
Yeah, it was a good foot out beyond the back line of Carlow's court. He was it was just more controlled. He could have snapped it a little bit more, but he went a little too far on that occasion.
Great hand pass in by Taylor. Setter goes wide again. Big swing versus Phillips.
Yeah, makes use of the outside hand of Jeremiah Phillips there. It's a block off. Puts the ball back on Ballymun's side.
Ooh. Bit of panic.
Complete panic. James Needham had his head caught in the clouds there. He thought a little too much on it. Tried to be a bit clever by just rolling it just over the net, but unfortunately got no pace behind the contact. Another silly error that could be avoided by Carlow.
Go into 3 meters and tight, used by Phillips, and finds it.
It's going to be good use. Kaczynski, he'll know himself as the game progresses that he's going to be looking at Jeremiah Phillips to bail them out. He's been
Also,
synonymous with it all season. I've seen him when down in Carlow in the home games that any ball that goes out to him, 2 times out of 3, you expect Jeremiah to win the point.
floating deep into 1. The hand pass takes the Ballymun out of system. High to 4. James reaching to try and close that, while Owen on the other side leaning heavy to get that cross-court angle.
Yeah, it exposed his body a little bit too much that the ball just ends up falling down at his feet. Didn't close enough of the gap between him and the net. Probably thinking about that net touch earlier on in the set. Bianco ends up giving the ball back there to SETU with a jump serve into the net.
Both teams at the moment making good plays, just not any runs of plays. So the set score is still tight here, 11 serving 12 in this first set.
Better pass by Dunn.
Great up and down ball, it's wide.
You can see Hurley went way too early in his approach, and by the time the ball gets into his area, he's hitting it on the way down. Overthinks it a little bit too much, overhits it completely then. (12-12), still only shadow boxing, Graham.
Yep. Oh, it's a great line. Love the middle. Took that. What a recycle as well.
It's going to be a free ball over to Carlow.
Great control from the libero. Go wide.
Good sure managed to get up with a high reach with his left hand, not his usual hitting hand. Manages to jump it down into the middle of the campfire. But was stuck out very, very late. Ended up being
Don't know about you, Benny, but I feel my hamstrings just looking at that.
You gotta wake up earlier in the morning then to make sure that you're not going to be pulling anything.
Hurley can only find the deep 5. We go back to Phillips, although it is wide. Opposite taken out of the game. Big ball, high 4 to Hurley. The triple block does its job this time. They get another chance for it. Goes versus 2 and wins it this time.
Gains off Needham's hands. I know he's thereabouts in the playing area, but once you're in the area, you got to make sure you get your technique right at the moment that it's called upon. And again,
Hurley doing a good job attacking these out-of-system balls. Now back on serve. We're low, but we go wide. Oh, and it's still there.
The libero was
very
there
happy
to pick
with
up
that.
the cover. I think there's going to be another net touch again. Needham on the net. He's got to be careful on this, because the more this happens, it can kind of seep into the minds of the other players around him.
Yeah.
It's not even.
It's just that frustration then combined with where are we getting this next point from.
But they get it back again. It's another service error by Ballymun. I think that's the 4th one that counted early on in this set, which allows Carlow to regroup and hopefully rethink about their blocking strategy. First, how they can get their hands on the ball.
James,
more importantly,
another go. Last one went in the net, corrected himself, goes over, but doesn't catch the end line.
Well, maybe he'll think about third time lucky. Somewhere in between.
The Goldilocks.
Somewhere in between would be just right.
So Ballymun with a 1-point lead on serve. Ivers puts the ball in on the setters. We get a block touch with swing. Sneaky. Well caught.
Again, the hands in the block are just up as straight as possible. They're not swiping in at the point of attack.
It was a good job by Ballymun's setter to get the ball all the way out to the antenna. The SETU setter getting there, but not off the ground early enough, just with the distance.
But you can see that the way Ballymun wingers are set up, they're moving wide outside on the left-hand zone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's another service error from Ballymun. Keeps Carlow within this, going toe-to-toe without much.
It is actually a good thought for, you know, smaller outsides. If you're not going to score cross against the double, can you use a lot of block out on line?
That's where your beach brain would have to come in. Oh, it's another service error in this game. This time from Carlow's Daniel Kaczynski.
So, as you said, I wouldn't say nerves, but just this tentative worry. One team just wants a bit of energy.
You just need someone just to stand up and be the man now. They're going on a cross on that by Adrian Pintura. Lovely move. Always like on that.
So very nice crossing play to lose their blockers. Always difficult to run that out of the side out. You know, you need the pass to be there to have the trust in your team that you will get it to be able to run.
And most importantly, you need the connection as well.
They go back. Oh!
Calling on the block off. Line judge straight up on that.
And again, wonderful that we have lines judges here at the tournament, because from here, you know, I wouldn't have complained if they called out on that, but lines judge in a really good spot.
Plus, we're in a very loud stadium as well, so it's not the same as when we were playing in the club league. That was, referees could actually hear the touch.
True.
On to Phillips there with the block set up on someone left, so they go to Evers. He goes down the line. Recycled ball now for Ballymun, out to Hurley. Swipes at it. He knows himself. He didn't hit it the cleanest of ways. It looked a bit flat, but he aimed in the straight way of the Libro's direction of Miguel Gomez. It's now SETU who called the first time out of set one.
Strange thing is, if he caught it better, the Libro might have dug it. Just these high balls into the corner, you know, you always think that the ball's coming down to dig, so you prepare for that. If it comes higher than what you think, it's so hard to react and get your hands up.
That's why I prefer to be going up against a jump server than a float server.
100%.
When the ball's just staying in the air for so long and it's not taking the move that you expect it would do on a top spin trajectory, then you have to think a little bit twice, and you have to think twice fast. And how do you apply it in the moment of contact? As you see there, Gomez took a little bit too long.
Okay, so 3-point gap. Ballymun looking for that milestone of 20 points. I always think it's like nice bragging rights, you know, win the first 8, get to 16 first, get to 20 first, but then you got to do it at the business end of the set and win it.
That's it. It's the old adage of the tortoise and the hare. Doesn't matter how fast or slow you are. It's whoever gets
Ivers
to the finish
fixes
line
the
first.
low ball.
Oh, he goes for the cross there.
Apple goes
Bianco.
away, swing, well in by Libro Taylor. Into the line on Hurley. This time Phillips stays more inside, because we've seen this from Hurley, you know, big hard cross ball into 6, into 5. Alternatively, Ballymun's other outside looking a lot more line. So blockers just have to be aware of which hitter's there and how they should set up against them.
Ballymun have to be aware of which blockers actually can block on the other side of Carlow and who they can take advantage of. And Jeremiah Phillips is not one person who doesn't understand the block. He's been on the ball constantly now for all of this first set. So he knows how to swipe his hands when the moment comes.
Tough job to come in serving, but chance to be the hero.
Well, Lev Kajan, he goes on for a jump serve.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes.
I
Very
like
good
that.
Very good introduction. Carlow had a practice match with ourselves there last Wednesday, and Lev has always been there or thereabouts. He'd be more as a backup for the opposite, but as you can see, they're kind of short in numbers in the middle. But he does have this jump serve as well. Goes at it again.
What's
Lovely.
better than 1-2? Forcing Ballymun into a free ball.
This is what Carlow need to get back in. So they go
Good
to Phillips.
decision to go back. Give it to your big hitter. Well up. Resulting in a roll. Oh!
Hurley thought he'd be a little bit smart. He was only trying to control to put it back in. It would have been another easy ball, and it's now Ballymun who take the timeout. Very
Great
good
choice
call.
on the timeout. You can see Hurley being slightly annoyed with himself. I like the fact that he went for it rather than the free ball, but it's just being deliberate enough on it. I think once you get into longer rallies of transition, this kind of little technical fine touches, it's so hard when you have adrenaline and maybe even a bit of worry from a big rally. Just hit it hard, go long.
But at the same time, if you go hard, it's a high risk. If you don't pull it off, then it can seep into your mind of doubt when the same situation strikes. So I would always say to my players, be able to build yourself up, that you're able to control and move on to the ball, and that you're able to hit it into the zone. And then when the opportunity comes later on in the game, you can go harder and harder and harder when you're more confident. So yeah, it's like building a house. Lay a platform for yourself, and then you can put a roof on it later on.
Let's see, hopefully no curse from us, but can Lev do 3?
Can. And
It's an overpass. Oh, Ivers goes with 2.
Could have gone stronger with it.
That's going to be annoying for him.
It is. It was a chance to dump that down with a bit more pace, and he put a light touch on it. And now cutoff is back on in the middle for Kaljan. Kaljan did very well there.
Yeah.
3 good serves there. Got an ace.
If nothing else, it gives the side out a little bit of a reprieve that now they can go back into this all tied and having the ability to close it, because being 3 down on side out is tough work.
Yes, it's a good response after the timeout for Carlow. We'll see now what Ballymun may do. They can tag on.
Goes back out to Ivers, gets his point this time.
Makes up for it from the last point anyway. He knows himself that he needed that. Can I get kickstart on the wing, get Carlow closer to the 25 mark.
So we are into the sprint to 5, folks. Phillips on serve, goes deep in 1. Taylor with hands, gets the setter, but it's tight. Great take by the middle, he goes back to him.
And it works out.
And a great effort, but only one for the cameras from Taylor Dunn. I do quite like that, you know, personally. If my middle takes that and they put it perfectly on my head, they should be screaming at me if I don't give it back to them. So I really like that.
It's for sure. And it's nice to see the development of Kaczynski, because he would be one last season and the season before afraid
Great
to actually
save,
set
though.
the middle.
Ivers has to fix. Dunn puts the ball in the setter's head. We go back to Ballymun's opposite. There's a great away swing just to get that ball into the cross.
Yes, and it was a good fit for Antonio Bianco. He gets the cross into zone 1, puts it down nicely, buys the block. Clean hit. Probably do now for the serve. I expect him to be jump serving. He's got a good top spin on it.
So hasn't just found his rhythm yet, but what a time it'll be if he does find it.
Found it all right. Still, it's a live ball for Carlow. Maybe a
Can
free
only
ball.
free. We go to Hurley. Blocked, recycled through the middle with a little jump fake. Can Phillips chase it down? No, it's too far. The crowd enjoying that one.
Yes, I think we enjoyed it as well.
Who says middles can't set?
They can, and they can break an ankle on
jump set.
the opposition on the other side. So I think is there a timeout to be called? No, Adrian Pinchor has moved off. Not going to call on a rotation fault. Anyway, play goes on. They go into the middle to James. It's kept it alive. What would Luke do? Just puts it back over for a free ball. Will he go out to Ford? They do, out to Hurley. He goes swinging on it, but this time Gomez is able to pick it up. Oh! Repique in the middle. Studies ground. The only one that stood up for the middle block, and second time out now called by Carlow. Yeah, second time out by Carlow. Those last 2 points, Graham, helped to bring the confidence and the buzz up of Ballymun.
Yeah.
First the fake hit to the set, out to the wing, and then middle block, holds ground, stopping Jeremiah Phillips.
They're just off screen from the live stream, but if you could look into the huddles, there's just this little extra bounce and smiles all around in the Ballymun camp. And you can't underestimate how much better you can play when you feel like that.
Well, once there's a full unity in spirit among all your squads, not only the ones on court, but more importantly, the ones off court, it can definitely lift the spirits, knowing that you have a band of brothers there on the bench to have your back and ready to be called upon if needs be. But last 2 points.
Antonio serving to try and break and find Ballymun's set point.
He's going to go for jump serving again.
Toss is good.
Went too far on it, mishit it, hit on the inside of his hand, going close to the podium of first referee.
So we got some
Pavel.
double subs coming in. Oh, it's subs on both sides. So we'll start with Ballymun. We have Misha coming in as an opposite.
Yeah, Misha Lupayenko. Only 16 years old, I've been told. And now they're bringing on the other setter. Is it Lien King Trump? So the double swap there. So the setter came on for the opposite who just served there, Antonio Bianco. And then you have Misha up there for the original setter.
So it's a nice option for Ballymun at this stage of the game to keep 3 hitters from court. You know, 2 physical players on the pins plus a big middle. The question is, we see from SETU, Pavel subbing in. Is he going to make their life horrible?
Well, he's going to jump serve this. He's got to go for it.
Oh, he's brave.
He didn't really connect with that. Anyway,
They take
three in the
Hurley
front
short,
line,
who
of
goes
course.
out to Misha.
No one diving for it. Everyone was looking at each other on that, and no one was committed to get their t-shirt dirty. These brand new t-shirts. They prefer to just keep them sweaty.
So that brings us to first set point. Hurley on serve goes into 5, past tight. Another deft little touch from the setter. Misha, can he get a swing this time? Just takes the setter, the libero out. That's 2 for Repique.
Repique is going to love that, the same with the rest of the Ballymun team, especially on Jeremiah Phillips, their main go-to guy on Carlow. And those 2 blocks have definitely helped Ballymun take the first set.
Okay, so even affair in first set here. As you said, the 2 blocks from Repique changed a bit of the flow. SETU Carlow's serving sub did a good job coming in, and both teams playing well, but it's just who gets, I don't want to say the luck of the draw, but the energy and momentum when they really need it, and it could just come down to what team breaks slightly more. I think side-out's been even enough. But just seeing, you know, Repique coming up with those 2 blocks, when your team's serving and you get to go 1 point gap ahead and a 2nd point gap ahead, it's just enough to make life horrible for SETU to try and close that.
For sure, and SETU would want to have looked to have won that first set because they don't have the same strength and depth on the bench. They have only 2-3 subs as far as I can see for today. The serving, Ballymun, I don't think got out of first gear too much. Only towards the end you could see like a few little energy kind of hits and the blocks that were there. I think there was too many service errors on both sides, so if that could be corrected, we'll see the ball a bit more in play. But if we see the ball a bit more in play, I think the brains of Ballymun should be able to, I don't know, drive this a little bit more in their direction.
Like I said, maybe there's a little bit of SETU not just being fully at the races with, you know, the stress from before the game. Normally you'd see a set like this and then the losing team come back out a little bit harder in the second. So would really look to see that. You know, Ivers had a couple good swings down the line. Phillips started well on the line and just got unlucky maybe with a couple of those cross swings. And, you know, even James coming in with 2 or 3 good swings through the middle at the beginning, but it dried up as the set went along.
Dried up, but I would say that once Ballymun figured out how Carlow were playing, they were able to readjust any of the points they had lost early in the set. And as you can see, Phillips was getting a lot more blocks on him in the second half of that set. So Ballymun are well aware of where the main threat can come from.
So
Then Ivor started to stand up. He got one nice clean swing on the side out over down the line, but I just don't know where else Carlow are going to find a lot of their points from. Ventura would be traditionally, I've always played with him as a middle blocker, and we've been combined as a set, but they're missing their main hitter on the wing for this occasion. Alec is a Canadian exchange student.
Interesting. Ballymun starting with a change in libero and setter in this set 2. SETU Carlow looks the same.
Yeah, it's very much the same. The same players are there. Ivan Kotov and James Needham in the middle. Again, Kaczynski will be setting. Adrian Ventura is wing 1 with Luke Ivers, and of course Jeremiah Phillips in the opposite. But I'd still fancy Ballymun to kick on just that a little bit more because of the strength and depth that they have, and if they can afford to bring in a second setter like we do have here, Lien on the ball. So plenty of confidence by Bileski, the coach.
Great recycle. It's called using your head, folks. We go back to Lantonio. Ballymun get the block recycle and another chance to swing. There's 3 and we're still going. They slow it down, go all the way out to the pin, and just missing the side. Referee Orlan should see no touch. Wonderful job on the blockers, you know, keeping that ball alive, getting those touches.
Very much so, and middles need to be always aware. Magdalena there, number 14 for Ballymun, was reading Kotov. Kotov wasn't really looking at all where he hits. It was good recycling on that point.
Deep 5 on Hurley. Setter goes back and well closed out by the SETU captain.
Ventura again, there with the big hands, using all of his experience and then swiping in at the right moment. Hopefully he can get his middles doing the exact same and they can combine and coordinate, synchronize that block.
So it's high on the middle, but he uses it. Well done from Adrian. Little confusion on who should get it, confusion on who should put it over. Ballymun's chance to make them pay for it. Sets inside. What a pick.
Nice pick up by Chris Leveron, second libero.
A lot of work to do. Jan's down quick. We go out to Lantonio. Tries to go high hands. Not there.
Yeah.
So SETU starting out fierce in this second set. Starting out 3-0.
Well, they're there in and around the play. They're trying to make themselves as much of a nuisance as possible, getting their hands on the block and any chance to recycle it. Well, they have the setter in the back line.
Jan gets it in on his head. Hurley goes for the tip and another recycle. Wonderful work, and the chase down gets there, just not enough to get around it.
Yeah, there was a bit of hesitancy in that approach by Hurley. He was overthinking, maybe he might be stepping on someone if he ran on that pipeline, but he managed to push the ball straight into the block. Ballymun couldn't recover.
Score is 4-0. They go high and wide.
A silly one by Kaczynski. Just trying to put it over and in, over in zone 4. But
I think he thought he had a good idea to drop it short. Ended up a little bit more of a brain fart than I thought.
strong serve there.
Okay. Another big crossing play from the 3-meter line, push to the right. The audacity, I love it.
Yeah, but we expect Adrian Ventura to be strong, hitting through the middle, so he's built up a connection with Kaczynski over the season of like where to best put the ball with him on the net. There's a rotation fault there by Ballymun. Second ref, Dimitrenko. What is he calling? I think he's calling the back row setter.
Setter being between the outside and the libero incorrectly, I believe.
That's right.
Aiden goes again. He's not waiting around. John gets the ball in on his head. Out wide to Hurley. Tips over the top. There is a touch to keep it alive. Phillips takes control. Second bite at the cherry for Ballymun. And gets it.
Again, uses the block to his advantage. Bianco. The hands again from the middle block of Carlow. Kotov is facing out to the sideline. Just like his hands, the ball went in the same direction.
Setter on scramble. Goes for the hard set, but doesn't pull it off. Goes wide to Hurley. Ball is wide. Well dug by Libero. Tied for Ivers. Finds the line, though.
Very good, and he disciplined himself by not running into the net, so he had a big long arm reach, straightened his line, hit down the line.
So this is where at 7-2 at the moment, you know, SETU's running on a bit of energy and vibes, and they just need to find some calm and consistency out of the side out to stop Ballymun coming back early in this set. It's in. We go high pipe. Ooh. Kind of what I mean about, you know, free ball should never be a first priority.
You should never give a free ball back with a free ball. Gosh, it's Ballymun's turn to get their hands in the wrong direction at the block.
And you see Phillips changing up early in this set, trying to go more line than cross.
Well, they have to vary it up because you don't want to be doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same results.
Not
so
unless it's working.
if it's working, it's working. If the opposition haven't figured it out.
So good touch from Ivers, slows the ball down, gets it back on the pin, goes hard cross this time.
He used it well off PK's hands. PK wasn't totally there, invading over the height of the net. He was kind of swinging it as it was back into the center of his own court. Ends up being easy point for Ivers.
Oh, there's a nice little float on that.
Well done, cut off. That was a very good float serve. Rightly called. Ballymun with the first time out.
Love to see the SETU boys rocking my patented ace dance.
Well, I don't know if the changes have helped Ballymun with the different lineup at the start of this set. They brought on, as I said, their second setter in Leanne and their other libero as well in Jan.
So I don't think there's really been a drop off in, you know, the quality of passing or setting, but for sure there's just a connection, a rhythm difference at the moment, and that could be setters come out hard. You know, points change a lot of things. Let's see what Coach Bartok decides to do. You know, stick with it or change early. Maybe they'll end up going for an earlier double sub to reverse that for Setter and Misha to come in.
He does have that tactical option anyway in his pocket if he ever wants to use it, but I'd say it'll be just for the players that are currently on court, just to stand up and get this side out.
8-point gap is just big this early in the set.
Got the pass right here, they're going into middle, but middle jumps way too early. Could have killed it. Play goes on, there's no block. Bianca got a free hit. It's going to be tight at the net.
Jerry! No! Such a good set. Just Ivers trying to duck and cover, shoulder catching the net, just turning, turning.
Yeah, I think he just came in the wrong direction to minimize any risk of touching the net, and he was full on there with his shoulder. See, they're bringing back on Adrian. Setter from the first set, Adrian Medina Esquinas. I was speaking to Coach Bileski before the game, and he said that his introduction midway through the season has been a big helping hand in steadying the ship and giving them the dominance, I would say, thus far in this season of 2025-2026. Ballymun topped their group with only one defeat.
I can attest that. I've seen them a couple of times this season, and you just see a little bit more impulse to the team with them on court, and I think that's really nice as hitters when you got a setter that's I think you referred to it earlier, not just chucking the ball up there, but actually pushing the game, pushing you as an attacker to go make things happen. It's a wonderful feeling.
It is, and especially you can see twice he tried to do it in the first set of trying to jump it over, once with one hand, another one with two hands. So he's a live wire, that's for sure, and maybe he'll be what Ballymun needs in terms to reignite this flame that they had firing in the first set. It was 7 points down. Big gap at this stage, but not a insurmountable lead that can't be caught. You just need one period, good period of someone on the service line. Just edge it back and it can seep into the confidence of the SETU Carlow lads.
We're just having a little bit of technical difficulties with the recording of the Libero exchange. I believe what SETU Carlow has done is they've went to enter their other Libero, and just the assistant referee on the score potentially putting in the wrong one. It is a little finicky to make sure to get it changed back again, but obviously we need to have recorded which legal players are on court, so it'll just take a moment just to straighten that out. But you just see on the live stream, Ballymun have brought their fans with them. We have Mr. Cow, or Mr. Bull and Mr. Capybara enjoying themselves, even with the 7-point gap.
First referee, Pavel Vakavkevich. Is that how I
You're
pronounce
a
it?
braver man than me trying to pronounce that.
We've always just known him as Pavel, who's been with DBC, Guardians, and now Carlow Rockets. He'll be being coached for the Carlow Rockets team for the Premier Men in the match that proceeds after this D2 encounter. For now, he needs to fix this issue we have in the e-scoring table in regards to the correct players to be on court. Hopefully it won't be too long of a delay, because there was a nice flow that was happening there at the start of the second set. Carlow getting on top, getting their blocks in place, getting their main touches and keeping the ball alive, forcing errors into the Ballymun game. Now that they have Federico Barroso, their captain, and Adrian Medina back on court for 16. But maybe that will help revive the Ballymun game plan. These two teams met in the group stages. They were in a very, very tight group. It came down to the wire, in fact, even though 3 teams qualified to the playoffs from Group B. Ballymun were always in control of that. They only losing 1 game, winning 13. They were seeded 1 in the playoffs. Duly walked the talk in the playoffs, where they beat Guardian Pandas in the semi-finals and the IVI Jackals in the quarterfinals, both on the scoreline of 3-1. But earlier in the season, in week 2, when Ballymun and SETU Carlow met, and it was Ballymun that won that encounter at home, 3-1. And then the return leg was up in Carlow on week 9. Again, it was the Titans who showed their dominance on the court and on the scoreline, winning 3-0 on that occasion. But neither of those matter, because both of these teams have progressed all the way to the grand final here today in the National Sports Arena. And while it's 1 set to the good to Ballymun Titans, it's Carlow that have this early advantage in the second set, 7 points of a lead, while we still have this ongoing technical issue on the scoring table. I think Pavel is ready to resume his position on the first referee podium.
So after this slight delay, we should be back underway.
You would hope from a SETU point of view that they don't lose focus too quickly. These delays can help switch people off if they're thinking about something else other than the next point. But it's still talking to each other, still figuring everything out, what's around them.
But, you know, I guess the only thing is with this short break in play, it can let me get through to the rest of the fixtures today if you're not aware of seeing what's prepared in the rest of our live stream playlist. Coming up next, we have our Premier Men's Final, Docky Devils versus Tala Rockets. Should be underway at 12:30. Let's see if we have any more delays in play or if this one goes to 5. We might be cutting that a little tight. Followed by our girls under 18 final, where Benny, you'll be back down on court.
I will. I'll be coaching my first ever team, girls team in the final.
Kilkenny Spartans up versus Kildare. Keeping with the girls after that, we have the Premier Women's Final, UCD, coming through the semis. One of the things we joke about in sport, and we've heard it, what's the point in running playoffs when the 4th team never beats the 1st seed? UCD proving us all wrong on that one and finding their way to the final. So well done to them, who'll be up against DVC Lions at 5:30. And finishing off the day, we're not done yet, Benny.
Nope, it's a long
You
day
got
for me.
the girls under 16 final of Kilkenny Spartans coming up against Santry Legends.
Yeah.
That's at 7:30. So, a full day of volleyball. And you know what? More volleyball, more fun. We're going to do it all again on Sunday. So, there's no chance of being bored. If you're studying, if you're in work, you can catch us live. You can catch us back on our live streams afterwards on YouTube. And get in the comments, get your thoughts. Excuse me. And we got our whistle, so we are finally raring to go again. Warm-up ball's off, and it will be Ballymun to get us serving underway.
Okay, time to get back to the good stuff. What we all came to see from ball action. I think they've readdressed the libero situation. Maybe not. Captains are called to the podium.
So they do have it correctly as what they would like. They have it selected for 13 to be in. Okay, enough vibes. Let's get some volleyball.
Indeed. Bianca's serve.
Good toss, gets a lot of spin on that. Ball comes straight back. Libero comes a long way, but secures it on the setter's head. Out to Hurley.
I don't think he did well on
Too
that.
tied into the top of the tape.
Yeah, he let that ball drop that just a little bit more. Hit the top of the tape, resulting in a 4-touch on Ballymun's side. So it's another point added on to Carlow's tally. 8 points again.
Phillips out with a float. Tied on John's right side. Hurley goes deep in 6 this time. Ball high to Ivers, has to stutter step to keep behind it. Nice up by the middle. And the chicken wing recover back out to Hurley on the big swing. Turns it down the line, but inside on the seam, difficult for Phillips.
Yeah.
Love that little chicken wing recover
Yeah.
from Rapike.
And second time of asking by Hurley, he was blocked there. And the first time by Kaczynski, second time he got it, he worked down the line. As you said, surprised Phillips. I didn't realize it was the same server. I think there's a rotation fault. I don't know. Is that the same server?
You know what? I didn't think it was, because Phillips had just served the last ball.
No,
So the rotation should have went around and been Hurley to serve after that.
That's correct, yes, indeed. They should have rotated around. So a very good call by second ref, Dimitrenko.
So it should be Rapike in 2 is the next server, putting them in setter 3. So again, setter Adrian just getting them into position, and Ivers to put more pressure on them from the service line. Well passed. Rapike gets his chance to swing. It's tight. Everyone says the hand was under. John on the head. Do they go again to the middle? No, wide. The roll dug by Phillips. We go wide to Adrian, too wide, but gets his hand around it. Oh, he's going for it. Touch off the block, takes a small ricochet. Touch off the net, could have went anywhere there, folks. Big swing, recovered, and Antonio decides to calm things down.
Gone middle.
But it allows James to go through one-on-one for Repique, slows it, high and off the setter on the net touch.
Another net touch by SETU Carlow. I'm not sure if it's Kaczynski or James Needham there, but either way.
Not just the big breath of sigh of relief for both teams. For me too, that was a long-winded rally to comment on.
Yeah, a lot of hands on the block there, a lot of recycled balls. That's what we want to see. See the ball in play as long as possible.
James finds an angle.
Oh, Hurley read it, okay, he kept it alive.
Phillips wants to destroy it though. Well recovered by James, puts it lovely on the setter's head. Out to Adrian, who finds the line block but recovered. Oh, that's hard.
Kept alive, did a touch, no foot touch on the other side. Game play goes on, gone middle.
Oh, it's in the net. So James complaining about the foot over, but the foot was in the air, which is legal.
Was it? Did he have the foot down or anything like that? I don't know if the replay will show it there.
Live play already went on there. I think the left foot was on the ground on his side and the right foot just dangled in the air.
I don't know. He got away with it. It's in.
That will feel nice after losing that rally.
Well done, Kaczynski, for spotting the space there. He realised that the winger had gone over close to go with the middle.
Nice to see James taking a couple of big breaths after that little skirmish at the net.
Well,
he's got to go do his job from the end line.
His next job is to put the ball over and in from the service. It's the third chance. He got it in this time. You have to go out wide.
Big push for the Ballymont setter. Good block recycle.
Russo goes out again. Again, the block is ready for it. Kaczynski's better now.
Dive from Antonio. Hurley winds up. Too tight to the ball. Can't force it down, but I like the aggression.
Got the aggression, but he didn't get enough snap on his wrist to bring that ball down. Another mistake by Hurley. You can see that Carlow's block is doing a lot better. It's making Ballymun rethink again and again where to put the ball on the wing. Baruso was very successful in the first set, but now he's finding his closed doors, and that's on. Is it in or out? What's the referee going to call? I thought so as well. I thought that he came inside the line.
Yeah. It's difficult for the lines judge on this side. You know, you got to stay side on to watch the server if they get the serving violation on the line, and then being able to shift quickly to find that in or out.
Yeah,
but referee taking the decision himself, rightly so.
It's an art in itself being a line judge, to get the positioning correct at all times. Baruso get a swing at it. He got blocked. A nice pick up by Evers. Oh, spun off Adrian's hands out to the left side and out. They're scrapping better, Carlow, in this set. And now Adrian from BMP will come up to serve. The setter.
Good energy on the float. Catches Ivers high. Phillips can get the ball into the front row. Blocker making Ballymun's life difficult.
Foot was over the line.
Oh,
yeah,
you know what?
Number 16.
I would feel hard done by that.
I don't know. Esquinas said a full foot. At least the top part of his foot was up, but I didn't see any other parts staying on the inside of his own court. Good call by second referee again. Oh, it doesn't matter. There's another rotation fault by Ballymun. Who's he calling now? Trenko got someone out of position.
Wait.
Let's find out who the next server is.
So it was Adrian on serve, so they should have been setter one. Are they?
Yeah, setters in one. That would mean next server should be.
Wait, the
should be 10.
28.
Yeah, no.
Ah.
Yeah, 16 came on for 28.
Yeah.
So 10 should be over on the right-hand side.
So again, unfortunately, the substitute back was missed. They still have 28 as the other setter in for Adrian, and they've missed it until he's come around to serve. So they think it's a wrong server. It's the right rotation. It's just the sub was never confirmed to be in.
Never confirmed it, and this has happened good while ago. It's something that was missed by the scorekeeping desk. So it was an understandable error on the second ref's part if it wasn't input into the system. A substitution happened where it was a like-for-like sub with the two setters of Ballymun. The end coming off for Adrian Esquinas. I think there will be a replay call in this. At least that's what Coach Bartos Bileski is calling for. We can see from our own screen that it hasn't been inputted into the system. So captains are called over. Chura and Baruso. Listening to Pavel Bakevich and his words. So I think it's just going to be fair play on it. A replay on that point. Kaczynski was hoping that his serve would have been an ace when it hit off the top of the net and rolled in, but then just a very prompt whistle by second ref Gleb Dimitrenko. So we'll wait until they correct this issue again. Carlow players have gone off course. Get a ball to warm up. So I think that's the word from the first referee, that they need to sort out the electronics before they can resume the volleyball. You can see Maruso there in the middle of Ballymun's huddle, trying to outline a few little details to their players, how they can turn this set back around in their favour. But it's a long way to go, a 9-point deficit, 7 points to 16. Carlow in the ascendancy right now. A lot of hands on the block has helped Carlow's cause, but I think there's been a drop in play on Ballymun's part. A lot of under-hit spikes that have been easily picked up by the Carlow defense. Kaczynski has stood up a little bit more, given a good distribution at the net as well. A good cover by Carlow also. A lot of recycling on free balls. Very successful on. So all they can do now is just concentrate on keeping themselves in check. Eyes on the ball, touches the hands and arms. Hopefully keep with this consistent mentality. Their up period right now while we await the resumption of playing this set. Again, captain's call to the referee's podium. So just to outline the situation. Again, maybe there's been some progression. The score to keep in table. Now resumed. It has. They made the change from 28 to 16. I do believe the substitution has been corrected. There's going to be a sub on the Carlow side. Pavel Novakevich will come on for his students, Portage College, Luke Ivers. Pavel is the PE teacher down there, and
driving the volleyball program with his own.
And you know, at that, Pavel's done a great job down in Portlaoise College. You know, starting an RDC up there. You know, a lot of young guys coming through into the national team, even with me from Luke, Jeremiah. You know, it's growing.
Well, he's got bundles of energy and enthusiasm.
I think that's an understatement.
Well, it rubs off on a lot of people down there, and volleyball wouldn't be a huge stronghold down in County Laois, however.
Oh, nice one-hand find by the setter. We go wide to Phillips, who wants that hard cross court, but ball's just dropping inside, makes it hard to swing down.
Yeah, he got his judgment a little bit off. He was at least half a foot under the top tape of the net.
So,
looking for that
you
down
know,
ball.
it's a long way back. They got to crawl or climb 2 for 1 on every point to get back into this, but is that break enough to re-rally Ballymun?
It is, if they, like Adrian did there, a couple of mistakes start creeping into Carlow's game, can seep into the confidence and loosen up Ballymun players a little bit more. At this stage, they have nothing to lose, everything to gain. Is there going to change in the scoreboard as well?
Oh, and catches the setter on the way through.
Cruz will like that anyway. Hopefully he's pumped up the rest of his players anyway.
Yeah, I was about to say, maybe a timeout's needed. I think when any team win 3-4 points in a row, you know, it's still a big gap, but there's a lot of energy where, you know, worry and anxiousness can seep in.
Well, it'll only take just 1 point just to snap out of it and get back to original resumption. I think that's what Pavel and Adrian might be saying in their huddle right now. Just let's reset, refocus, just get back out there, deal with this serve. We know what to expect. Side out, and we move on. I still wouldn't put it past Ballymun to get back and crawl back this deficit. Still a long way to go from 16 to 25 for Carlow. But if they just stick with it 1 point at a time and play to their strengths, find the gaps like they have done for most of this set, can definitely drive it on.
Oh, the net roller. You know, the middle and setter both looking at each other going, damn, maybe I should have went for it.
Yeah, but at the same time, 99% of the time, we don't expect the ball to hit the tape and roll over. But on this occasion, you have to be prepared.
Oh, there was almost a two-peat.
Yes, not on this occasion, but Russo has managed to get a couple of points back on Carlow's advantage. It's now 6 points of a deficit, 17 points to 11. Adrian will come up the float serve.
Oh, ball high, slips out of the fingers from Jan, but the set gets onto the net anyway, and Hurley makes a good swing.
I don't know why Phillips was coming off the net. He should have stayed there for that out-of-system set. Helped out his back row because he does have a big block. One called the free ball, and it ended up being a free hit by beating Hurley.
Maybe one of the other outsides, but not against Hurley.
Not against Hurley.
Ball goes wide to Pavel, finds the ball over the top of the block. It's tight. Oh, he takes the first time swing, giving Ballymun the opportunity, who can only free ball. Phillips calms it down and gets it back. Big, big swing. Maybe squeezed it through.
But a better swing all the same. He hit it at the right angle. Make sure it wasn't going to go into the net, and then found the space at the back of zone 6.
You know, good job from Jeremiah, though, taking that free ball, pushing it into 3, letting the setter go forward, and the Ballymun middle going with them just to leave him that gap in between.
Well, he's seen the space.
Oh, there's another net roller to go the other way. But Rapike, oh my goodness!
The first clean swing we've seen and heard from a middle blocker in this game so far. Everyone's kind of shaking. Even I'm kind of shaking after I hit the ground.
Rapike, if you're watching this back on the live stream, clip this. That was a swing.
And we all enjoyed it. However, we still have catch-up.
Antonio trying to put 2 big points back together, but Adrian's up to it. Back to Phillips, goes high off hands.
was even a net touch as well on top of that, but it was always going to be Carlow's point. Very good swing by Phillips.
Brilliant block spot by Hurley, but just with the force of that ball coming into the hands, it just makes the hands go forward after the contact, clipping that net. So
Phillips floated.
Trying to bring SETU into the 20s, doesn't get it.
Everyone's playing around with the top of the net with their serve for the last couple of points.
And they can't complain that the net's high. I have that net perfect this morning.
We'll believe you, Graham.
Hurley floats. Pavel puts it lovely on the setter's head. Middle goes one-on-one. Rapike is starting to light up in this second set, or second half of this second set.
I do believe Needham should have looked up a little bit better, see what was in front of him. He was looking too much on the ball, and then got surprised that he hit straight into the middle block of Rapike.
Hurley drops it again. Adrian puts the setter on run.
Nice.
Phillips,
Great
wow.
angle, great angle. Lovely cut over into zone 2. No one was ready in the Ballymun defense. Maybe no one was really expecting. They expected usually go into zone 1, zone 6. But he's got all angles up his sleeve, Jeremiah Phillips. Definitely the go-to player here for Carlow.
Pavel rips out another spin.
Yeah,
Gets the power, not the spin.
no spin. A lack of confidence as well through his action there.
I usually try to say it, no spin, no win.
Well, don't say that to a float server. Like Rapike there. That was easily dealt with by Levron.
Levero's up to it. Adrian finds the line. There is the block touch off Adrian, but recovered. No swing.
Oh, Rapike digs in the house. Trying to get back a free ball over. There's a little bit of hesitancy and confusion of who's going to take that ball, and when he did, it just bumps off awkwardly off his left arm. Goes out to the sideline and out. Change now for Ballymun. Eden Hurley. Changed by Maraveles. Sean Maraveles. He's Irish. Another outside hitter. Maybe he can change things up with his introduction. Give a little bit of momentum back to Ballymun's side, but it's still 5 points to the good for Carlow.
James on the float. Early touches for Sean. Setter moves back, but gets a great long distance ball to 4 and recovered. Sneaky. It's got to go.
Sure,
Up by John. Big ball on the 4. Pavel picks that with one arm. Setter goes on 1, but it's clean. And can Adrian finish? Maybe expecting a taller block.
Well, I expect more of a down ball by Adrian Couture as well. He's got plenty of height despite having surgery on his knee earlier on in the season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got back for finals then.
Got back in time anyway. Well, he is the heart and soul of SETU Carlow. He's been player and coach for quite a number of years, ever since.
Oh, Pavel, what a pass. Stop that.
Oh, there must be another net touch.
Just a big reach.
Oh, that doesn't do the world of good for Ballymun. Another net touch happens like that. Because it wasn't the strongest of counter-attacks from Carlow's side. Easy pick up for Ballymun, but again, another unforced error.
So, lovely pass in on the setter. They try to run a quick ball. They end up going over the top. He's got to stay down.
No, he's not going to stay down. Referee's not. Yeah, the second referee will call it on the first referee's behalf. Someone should have shouted even higher. Even Libro, number 13, Chris Levron, should have been aware of where he was with his feet. 1 foot was clearly inside the front 3 meter zone.
So again, not a fault itself, the Libero hand setting inside the 3 meter line, but you got to let the ball drop under the net of the height to play it over. Oh my goodness, that's tight.
Tight. First referee is going to overrule the line judge on that.
You know what? I think he's right. It might look like it from here, like it was just out, but you know, I know we don't have a challenge system, but if we do, you will find there's a slither of that ball touching the line.
Soon enough, we'll have it here for Volleyball Ireland, but I would agree, it would have been tight around the back end, back line.
Now, again, a little bit of complaining from Adrian on this end. The line shots called it, and you got to respect that the referees made the decision. Maybe he didn't notice that, but, you know, there's no discussion. He's calling for a challenge. We don't have that sort of budget. So calls a timeout instead.
Rightly so anyway, because emotions could be a little bit high and stressed and frustrated of a call overruled, but I think we both agree that Cavan made the right call and giving that an ace to Ballymun. Now this is where Carlow needs to be very, very careful. They were 9 points up early on in this set.
I was about to say, at 10-2 starting out, they will be kicking themselves if they don't see this one out. You know, Ballymun has had a lot of problems through this set, but, you know, peaking at the right moment and making it entertaining towards the end of the set.
Very much so for everyone bar the bench of SETU Carlow. They just have to play to their strengths right now. Don't panic too much.
So I wonder if SETU are going to run another crossing play with Adrian, or whether they keep things a little more simplified.
See what happens.
Passes there. Adrian stays wide. They go to Phillips in 4. Takes the hard cross, but recovered by Sean. Only a free ball. Is this their chance? Here's the crossing play coming. And they go for it and misses the sideline for the second attempt.
Yes, it's a good move, but you need to finish it off, because otherwise, if it results in a mistake, it ends up being a momentum swinger.
If Ballymun can get this one, we are moving into squeaky bum time for both teams.
We're already there right now.
There it is!
We're already there right now, and Federico Barusa has just got another race for Ballymun. This is his third run of serving.
Squeaky.
It's coming up good. Carlow are overthinking a little bit too much on this, kind of wishing for a mistake to happen on Ballymun's part.
It's crazy just how body language changes from a couple of points in momentum. Okay.
It's gone up there. Phillips
just needs to stop the blade, but the block is doing its job. Yeah, Antonio's wide.
Oh, no. He could have controlled that better, even if he was off balance. All he needs to do is just put it in and they could reset for a block defense. Probably the right call. Luke Evers coming back in now for Pavel Novakovic.
And Antonio showing me this of how Italians kind of swat the mosquitoes away at the end of the night rather than spiking the ball on that one. And, you know, a big let off for SETU.
Very much so, because SETU had mistakes creeping into their game, hoping for balls to drop out, but they were dropping in. The blocks better set up against Jeremiah, especially over here. He's out in zone 4 in this rotation, so they really need to side out. So they do have Adrian as well in the middle, or sorry, not in the middle, on the right side in zone 2, so maybe it might be a better idea if Krasinski would just set behind to him and maybe hit over there, where there might be more space that they haven't tried out, because it's just too predictable if you're always going to Jeremiah. And they tried to pull off the cross 2 times in the second half of this second set.
So both teams have used their timeouts, so we're on a straight fight to the end of the set now.
Let's see what happens.
Loops up. Sean gets the ball in the 3 line for the setter and gets it back. A nice off shot to keep Ivers honest in the 4.
Oh, it's a roll there. He split the lead.
SETU's chance. They go back to Phillips. It's tight. He manages. Now Ballymun coming back on the counter.
It's tense.
Deep.
It's
out. It's just long. It's a great idea from Sean. That spot was wide open.
You can see there's a lot of nerves on both players' sides, both under hitting a lot of ball.
And again, it's, you wonder this one for Ballymun. They brought in Sean back row, but now when you're front, should you really have Hurley back in swinging on those?
Well, see what happens. There are other players there like Madalena hitting through the middle, getting the side out back. And now we see a new introduction. Rapike is going to be off, introduced by Dutch Vandenham. Pieter Vandenham. Maybe he can bring a stronger block presence like what Rapike did at the end of set 1. There's now Madalena to serve.
Drop short on Ivers. You can only put it on 3, but he gets it back. That is a nice big swing cross.
Ivers finishes off the job that they nearly threw away. Carlow have taken set 2, eventually, on a scoreline of 25 points to 22.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, second set is over, 25-22 to SETU Carlow. The game currently 1 set all right now.
1 set all, Graham.
You know,
Ladies and gentlemen,
I feel a little bit gutted for the Ballymun players because they had the chance to come in, and although you can never really push back on the difference of performance coaching, you know, we're in an environment here in Ireland, we're amateur, we play it for fun, you know, people come to the final, they want their court time, but there was a chance for the taking if they had their attackers on court, and to take that 2-1 lead from coming so far back is almost your foot on the final and winning that.
Well, that's the decision now that Coach Bileski will have to make. Does he stick with stronger players? I think on one side he could be correct in his point of view to allow other players to make themselves.
I fully get that. You know, we want to give people the experience of being here, and this is where, you know, is it just okay, I'll give you this half of the set versus, you know, you're going to come in and play a role and fulfill that role, and then we switch back on a type of thing. And this is something as coaches, you know, we want to give people time, but we need to give them specific roles to fill in rather than, I don't want to call it a pity thing, but personally, I don't like a coach just saying, okay, go in. Give me something to do that I can quantitatively come out and say, I did that well.
Yeah, just like in everything in life, everyone wants to feel valued.
100%.
Especially when the place they feel belong, no better place to feel belong than on a volleyball environment. But it is something now Bileski will have to think about. We'll go with set one where he might just take it over the line without getting into second gear, or does he keep with his players that were there in set two that were bringing it back, but knowing that there is tactical changes that can be put in on court, like what is done with the double sub in set one. It's good that you can have an array of choices in that regard.
So I'm pretty sure they will go back to that starting lineup. And again, I love the sub decision. I'd love to see that happen again. But you do find, you know, you come in, you do well, and then you make a couple of errors, and then the next time you get subbed in, like, how do you feel with those last couple of points still there?
It can also throw it off with new personnel coming into the main core of the team on court. We see that they had to revert back to their first setter midway through there once they started out that long delay with the substitution that should have been called a few minutes prior to that. That gave a better foundation base to play from with the playmaker, Adrian Esquinas. But now you'll be kind of hoping that Antonio Bianco won't make as many mistakes in the attack. I know he likes to play around on different angles with that lovely left hand contact that he does have in the spike. But also you'll be hoping Federico Baruso can find a way through the block of SETU Carlow that really stood up a lot stronger in the second set.
So,
loads of hands on the attack of Ballymun.
One apiece.
Gone middle, but that's a low set.
Slightly low, goes into the tape. First blood in this third set, goes to SETU Carlow.
No, like every team tries to set off, especially in this 5-1 system, to try and get their middles in as early as possible into
100%.
the set. But it didn't work on that occasion.
Setter's on the runs, gotta go wide, turns it. Ivers struggling, but gets it up. Oh, I love that. Go on, take the swing.
Oh, and the blocks there by Phillips. He's got such a high reach. And again, he knows what to do with the hands when the moment comes, and especially with a timid attack. There's no real power or pace behind that ball. It was easily read and goes namely down on the Ballymun
Good
side.
pass by Hurley. We go wide. That's a big swing, but just misses block and line.
He definitely went for a bit more risk, Baruso on that, but I'd agree with the line judge at the back. Went a meter beyond the back line. Carlow's playing area. Another error into their game. Results 3-0. Carlow.
Serve drop short.
Oh,
Hurley having to duck. What an up from Antonio.
It's going to be a free ball back over.
Can SETU keep the energy going in this play? Big swing down the line. Hurley using his football skills, but not enough to get it up.
Yeah, As a coach, I would say if you're able to get it with your feet, you're able to get it with your hands. I think you just started up way too high in that defense, but equally as good.
Just depends, Benny. Can you touch your toes?
I can. Watch this.
Oh, you couldn't see it, but that was pretty damn good, folks. Adrian being a little close to be able to have an approach, giving Ballymun the advantage. Oh, that's a deft little tip. Wonderful thing to do as a middle that follows the setter, often knowing that the opposition 4 is going to come in and help with the block, knowing that that tip is there when the ball isn't right.
Yeah,
lovely.
It is lovely, so long as you're able to see it before you complete the action. Gomez makes up for a good pass there. Go to Phillips with big hit, but this time Bianco
Antonio
is there.
enjoyed that.
Rise up, Antonio. First one of the game, notoriety that went straight down on the ground. Carlow side. Getting it back here now, 2-4.
Short on Ivers, gets the ball under the setter, who goes back to Adrian. It's up!
It is. Nice pancake there by Bianco.
We go wide again, can only turn it. Oh, that's a great shot.
I think it was a manageable ball. If Carlow defense were a little bit more light on their feet, they should be able to read Baruso at this stage when he's swinging hard, when he's going to roll his shorts. Again, a bit late, Evers and Gomez in the defense. Oh, it's going to be miscommunication, just a free ball back over. Again,
Rolled and recycled. You know what, Ballymun does this quite a lot. I'd have to presume it's something they work on in training.
We'll see what happens. It doesn't work in this occasion because Adrian Ventura had a free hit. It didn't look like the cleanest of build-ups by SETU Carlow on that. Eventually goes out to Adrian on the right side, across to his right hand. Only hits it at about 50% on that, but good enough that it goes into the middle of the floor and Ballymun couldn't defend. It'll be out of rotation, just in the nick of time.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Offra just pass it in. This
Oh,
time,
Antonio finds that angle.
and Gomez.
Interesting one from the libero to duck to the sideline side.
Well, that's interesting. Well, I know Gomez, he's a Spanish exchange student in SETU Carlow. Miguel, he'd be more renowned as an outside hitter.
Okay.
But I think he'd been away. He only played a lot in the student games rather than the National League. Only towards the end of the playing regular season that he was coming in more on board, and then he was libero for the playoffs when they beat Impact in the quarterfinals and then Spartans in the semi-finals. So he does have a good platform, good technical know-how on how to get the good service reception, but as you see there, he's not used to defending a lot on 5. He'd be more used to defending on 6. However, still advantage Carlow in this 6-4 in third set. Big
Ivers taking the responsibility, just missing the sideline though.
Just, but he was right to go for it. Make
100%.
Ballymun think. He was only a foot out on that. Then it was an out-of-system ball that he had to kind of work with. He didn't want to just give back a free ball.
It's one of those ones as commentators to coaches, you could say he hit it too high and it went out. If he had hit it flatter and the block was there and he got blocked, you'd say he should have hit it higher. Sometimes there's no winning.
And now James Needham shows us what he really got when he gets the right tempo into his approach and then a proper contact with his palm into the ball.
Even more importantly, you've seen, you know, James go back against Rapike there after his big swing from earlier. Seeing the middles running towards that gap rather than directly at their opposing middle is it's a nice strategy to see.
Yeah, well, they just have to make that angle open for themselves when you're coming in onto the 3-meter zone. Be as close to the setter as possible is what I would be saying to my middles. Go for quick ball, more or less take it out of their hands as soon as they set. So timing is all.
Oh, Phillips with a quick float, doesn't catch the sideline though.
He tried to make Jan an offer, I think, but Jan was aware of his surroundings, knew where to let the ball go. Our Ballymun mascot, the cow, bringing the ball back in. It's one thing we're missing today is a couple of ball handlers.
Shake of the head from Antonio. Didn't get the contact he wanted. So, you know, the game going quietly on without, you know, a big change in energy of a 3-point gap. Ivers steps in front to gets it. Oh, but the setter misses the middle.
Well, I think also the middle went just that little bit too early. If he goes too early, you have to push that set as fast as possible at the hitting hand, and hopefully they react at it. It's just a matter of getting their timing right.
Hurley trying to close the gap now.
Pops it straight at Gomez. Push
Oh, it's
out.
tight for Adrian, but he fixes.
Yes, it's been.
Adrian goes back row to Antonio, trying to find the turn on the line.
But not enough spin on the wrist action. Floats all the way past the back line. A preventable error, I would think, on Bianco's part. Unnecessary to give the point away. You know, he's just trying to put it back in.
So a bit flat from both teams in this middle phase. Maybe his tiredness starting to kick in.
I would think overthinking as well.
Phillips makes it secure. Oh, we're over and tight. Adrian's got to go for that. And I always find from those overpasses as a setter chasing it in, it's like me with USB chargers. You got a 50-50 chance, but yet you always get it wrong.
Do, but it can also happen on the other side if the person who's supposed to dump that ball down, as you see there, Adrian caught the top of the net. I'm just hoping that it falls over on the other side. So yeah, be correct with your technique on that and aggressive. It's gone back pipe to Evers, but recycled by Ballymun. Oh, it's a lovely
Good dig
pick.
on the line, but someone in the net.
Yeah, another middle by Carlow, even cut off, coming down.
I think it might have been setter 4, but it was maybe actually from James banging into him as he lands.
Well, yeah, that's one of the
Oh,
things
sorry,
that setters
not
you have to be.
James.
Daniel Kaczynski.
Daniel.
Yeah, that's something where all setters are always aware of if middle blockers late to join up for the double attack, you could end up on your leg or your ankle. Oh, Gomez should have got on the cover on that, but I think he was hoping Luke Evers might have been there to cover the long spot behind him. Adrian went straight into the block.
When that set's traveling towards the net and flat like that, the only place to really spike it is line, and the setter's seen that.
Yeah, now the outsiders have to be a bit smarter, but they can hold off and being a bit smart right now because Rapike just ballooned that ball out. Another service error by Ballymun, and now they're going to bring on number 15. That's Mikhailo,
You know
Misha
what? Pretty good call, actually. Antonius blew up in errors in the last couple of points. You can see a shake of the head of frustration. So, you know, if they side out of this, get Misha in, give him a couple of balls to get him hot, see if he can bring some energy and points to the team.
And also give time for Bianco to reset a little bit anyway if he needs to be called back.
Controlled by Adrian, back to Phillips, who finds the line.
Yeah, you can see that Madalena was falling, trying to join in on the double block, and Phillips catches his hands in the right place to make the ball fall down on the Ballymun side. 13-9, SETU Carlow.
Who is dropping. So, you know, SETU, even if they make errors, it's just about, you know, always into the next point. As long as you pass it and you side out, you'll always stay in front of them.
And that's what they need to do. It's just one ball, side out, get the ball back into your court.
Adrian gets on the setter's head. They run the middle. Good thing he ran the crossing play to make that cover.
Oh, he did. It was good to get up and step on it, but at the third one, it's kind of hit out onto the sideline. They've tried now that cross move. Didn't work on that occasion. Cut off was at least there for the cover. Trying to recycle. It's an error by Carlow.
Wow, that's a great drop. So John comes a long way, secures the ball on the setter, who goes back to Misha, gives him first ball. Big cross-body swing.
As I mentioned there again, Jeremiah, I don't know what he was thinking about. He should be
Pulling
up there
really,
blocking.
really early, yeah.
He's coming off it, kind of hoping that the position in defense at the back is more appropriate, but as you saw there, Cutoff could only do so much. He wasn't able to cover Phillips' space where he was supposed to block, and it resulted in a free hit down ball by 16-year-old Misha Lupavienko. There needs to be some calm heads now in the Carlow side. They have to switch on in every single moment, know when to block, know when to defend, know when not to make errors that can give points back to Ballymun, because they're just doing the exact same on the other end. A couple of service errors from Ballymun has helped Carlow have an early lead, but the last few points it's been Ballymun with the momentum. Can they tag on one more? Top the net, got reacquainted once again by someone's serve, but this time results in a service error by Esquinas.
Needs something big from Captain Adrian to push SETU into this second half of this third set. Oh, deft little touch though.
Again, I think Bart should be telling, I think all his attackers to be coming in and around the libero side, because there's been a couple of balls. If I was in his position, I'd be a little bit disappointed with myself with either the late reaction or not the cleanest of touches.
Good energy on that. Ball's on tempo for Phillips, but Hurley's a big blocker closing that line out.
Well, welcome back, Eden Hurley. You got your hands on it, but at the same time, Jeremiah Phillips had very little space to play around with. He tried to blast it through the block.
I would say probably the difference at the moment is you see the serving intensity. Although it was a good pass, it still adds pressure to the team when you got to take a fast ball with a lot of energy. And I feel like the SETU guys are just kind of looping the ball in. They're probably 10% under what they normally do.
Oh, for sure.
And you could probably, most players can serve 10% more than they think they can.
But just like there with Federico Baruso, if Carlow can maintain not making errors at the service line, unlike Ballymun, and ends up being extra points.
Misha's got a fix and finds the oppo. That means they go outside to Ivers instead. Chance to go to Hurley. Squeezes it under the left arm.
Again, James Needham was a little bit off the net. There was that bit of space again. He hits off his left arm, moves off to the side. Point for Ballymun, 15 all. They don't have anyone to clean the wet stain on the floor there that Ballymun are trying to outline. Should be second referee's job, but generally we would have ball handlers and wipers down on the court, not for this occasion. So it's players that will do the hard work, cleaning up any wet stains. Madeleine at the serve.
Good
They
energy.
do get it in.
Setter on scramble. Ivers can only roll. Takes the setter out. Mandolin steps in on the set. Misha turning. Goes back to Ivers for a second chance. Hits it harder. What a scramble.
Middle blocker keeping that up.
Hurley to swing hard. Gets the block touch, making it hard for Adrian to react. Can only show his best goalkeeper impersonation.
Yeah, but did you see that pickup by middle blocker Madalena?
Love that.
Everyone was straight over to him, keeping that ball up so they could recycle, counter-attack. And again, Hurley is the point winner for Ballymun. Go behind Phillips.
Oh, it's a great
Hander
set.
there.
Even better block.
It's going to be tight again. Oh, he tried to be too clever on it, Luke Ivers. He saw the set was going to be tight at the net, so he tried to roll it over the double block. But even worse, he under-contracts it and rolls it into the own side of the net. Pressure's on now. Yeah, ball goes in, that's what they need.
Ooh.
James Needham made sure that he was pumped up to hit that ball.
But
once
you know,
he was able to go past the block, you could only see one outcome.
really nice decision making by SETU Carlow Daniel. You know, you know Hurley has to stay on Phillips. So to be able to play that middle and to swing that way when there isn't a joint block.
There you go. Gomez managed to pick up one ball there in the defense. It's got to be recycled back to Misha. It's kept up alive. Will Evers move on to it? He does.
Ivers gets around it, gets the touch.
gotta
Hurley's got a long arm, but not long enough.
Yeah, and you got to make your own look. So Evers, he would have been disappointed with his last attack that he had, forcing the mistake. So he'll be more relieved now that he was able to hit the outside, blocks hands into Ethan Hurley's direction. Oh, and they've got an ace to tag onto it. They now have the advantage, 18 points to 17. No one called on that between Jan Dinofra and Federico Barroso. Taking that channel between zone 6 and 1. Will he go at it
Goes
again?
forward again, yep. Jan gets his hands on it. We go wide to Hurley. Finds the seam between the block.
And again, it's James Needham, his hands that hits off of. I do believe that he could be putting up his hands a lot better at that point of attack. There's been a couple of balls now that just hit off his hands and gone elsewhere, so he needs better control in the block.
Misha goes to rip it, and he does.
Aims it at Luke Evers' line direction. Luke read it wrong, or read it late, I should say. Read it right, but the late contact ends up going past his body and out. Misha again up to the jump serve. He goes again down the line, but this time it does go out. Much to the relief of SETU Carlow. 19 all. And it will be Ivers up to serve. Adrian Esquinas, his front row setter now. He's got 2 attacks up there to help him out. Rapika is there, but it'll be Hurley that will
Has
get
to
the
do a
ball.
lot of work. Go wide to Adrian. Finds the line touch. Big push out to Hurley.
Oh, and there's a touch
Was
there.
there a touch from
He got the
Ivers?
touch.
Oh, I think the
He
reaction
doesn't
kind of
know
sold it.
Look at Ethan Hurley, he doesn't realise. He does, but he knows he was a bit fortunate as well. That ball was going out, but Luke Evers was already in motion, diving to one side. Couldn't get his arms out in the way, committing himself to the defence. It's Ethan Hurley's point. It'll be Ethan Hurley's serve.
Oh, that's a good energy into that.
It's going to be
Touch
picked
by
up.
Rapika. We go back to Ballymun's left side. Touch off the block again. Up by Ivers. Goes out to Adrian, who's slightly early. Oh,
There was confusion there in communication. It went drops between Daniel Kaczynski and
it's
James.
one of those awkward ones because you get so into the mindset of, you know, setters don't take first balls on this sort of thing, and then you're looking at the middle, you know, should he take it, should I take it, you know, just if you think you should take
Carlow's middle block to its advantage. Ball's going all over the place.
good pass in, James goes through.
And it's gone out.
It's a really nice swing. It's such a good angle and direction. If he had that from, you know, from area 3, that gives him that angle. Just as the setter starts to come forward, that angle decreases.
But you can see with his swinging arm is not starting at the top of his head, is coming in more at the side that you would usually kind of associate with outside hitters, with the trajectory that it does go at. So maybe just that little side spin pushed it off to the left side and outside Ballymont court. 22-19, Graham. Carlow just have to make sure that any time they get a side out that they're able to put the ball in. They'll be giving extra easy points for Ballymun. Pull away. We got Kaczynski's there at the net, same with Esquinas for Ballymun, so both setters up at the front line. I don't know who's going to be that to Kaczynski, but it's going to be free ball to Ballymun. Baruso, okay,
Nice
Kaczynski
touch by
makes up on the
Daniel.
block. Can he do it again?
Oh, great
Needham
reach
gets
over
it
the
this
top by
time.
James.
So it's going to be a free ball. And Offer just pots it over. Oh, there's a pop slap. Oh, what's happening there?
Yeah.
It's calling for a lift there. Could have easily been kind of a lift in the attack prior to that from Carlow, from
I
Kaczynski.
know Adrian's argument is like, I hit it really hard, but there was, you know, an extended pushing up movement.
Especially if it just carries just that little bit. Referees will tend to call grab balls. The service there by James Needham. Not needed at this particular stage. Our results again with 3 points of an advantage to Ballymun as they bring on their Dutch middle blocker, Peter van den Ham, taking off the Argentinian Madalena.
Coming in number 4, Peter van der Ham.
Okay, we're back at it again. Rapike
Oh, goes hard, goes long.
doesn't do his team any favours. However, they do have a 2 points lead on Carlow. Close enough to the 25-point mark. We'll see here again with Kaczynski's serve. It's just going to be high float. No real pressure on the ball. Should be easy to deal with by Carlow. They got into the middle where Baruso,
So, nice idea, bad execution.
just like what Ventura had done on 2 occasions for Carlow earlier on in the set that didn't work out.
And you just wonder at that, you know, you're a point away, back yourself to do good plays rather than something overcomplicated, high risk, low reward.
You've got to keep it simple when things are tight, just like that.
Wow.
Just pop it up and down for your big guys. And it's just an easy
Nice
high
job.
roll. Phillips, what's he going to do? He uses the block to his advantage. Very smart. Tips it off the outside hand of Federico Baruso. We're now level, Graham. 2 points. 2 points difference is what's going to win and gain a set advantage. Ballymun who have the chance to side out here. First time of asking, but we'll see what happens with Kaczynski's serve. It should be easy, float over and in, easy to deal with. Hurley does deal with it. To go out to Baruso again, but this is under hit.
Ooh, that's low.
And it's in as well. The set was very low, the hit was very low. I think now the momentum has gone low as well for Ballymun. I think Bolesky should be calling a timeout here. He does. Get a bit of reprieve for Ballymun Titans. They had the advantage there, Graham. 22 points to 19. It's now swung back in Carlow's advantage. Not by doing anything great or spectacular, but more errors on Ballymun's part.
What do you think, Chad? Does SETU take it 25 and we go take the lead, or does Ballymun hold on?
Well, there's plenty of support for Carlow and Titans online as we look through the group chat, but at the moment there's only one place that it counts, and that's Carlow on the scoreboard, 24-23. Daniel Kaczynski got set point here for Carlow. Can he just put it over and in? He does.
Oh, that's a good drop short on the libero. Makes a big long set.
Oh,
Hard
Bruce is
for
gonna
no
do-
way.
Oh, no. What was Luke Ivers doing up so far up? He should have stayed back on the back line in zone 6. I don't know if he was expecting the drop ball, but that's Libero's job. He was going to drop short. 3-man block is ready in place. Barusa just found the space, rolled it high into the back court. So, still win by 2. Better serve there. Ventura will set it out to Phillips. Oh, he managed to get a hand on it. It's going to be recycled. Oh, cut off was off the net again. He was
Got there
in
with his
position,
feet,
but
not with his hands.
that's it. But he was a good half a foot off the net as well. That now results in set point Ballymun.
This will be got in for Carlow if they can't keep this. Nice find. Big trouble.
Really, it's going to be recycled here. It's going behind to Ventura. They're all just tipping and rolling.
Ballymun's chance. This has to be it for them.
Who's going to cream it? Go tried. What can
Go
Phillips
high.
do?
Oh, it's still
kept
there though.
alive.
Ivers stays back and gets this one.
What would Adrian do?
And another big one.
So it's going to be free ball.
Panic.
Van der Hem just puts it back. They're going for the cross for Ventura. This time he is successful. And that's what Carlow really needed. You need to pull something out of the bag and be complemented with the execution. And this time, Captain Ventura leads by example on that. 25 all.
Jan comes a long way to get that. Doesn't skirt how I'd like. Giving SETU a big opportunity. Ivers has to come inside. Dug by Hurley. Goes wide to Antonio, who finds the gap in the block.
It's kept alive by Kaczynski, and Ventura does the same. Going back
Into
to Baruso.
Federico.
Again, he's only rolling the ball. Can someone cream it?
Oh, no!
Oh, Phillips was off balance as he hit it. He had no block as well. He didn't realize there was a big opportunity to do something with the ball. Just hits it, sends it off to another direction other than Ballymun's court. Set point again to Ballymun.
Oh, that's flat and fast
So,
from Federico. Libero steps in. Ivers with a big swing, squeaks it in under the block.
Bianco was just a little bit off on that net.
Back
Plenty
to
of power.
evens.
Plenty of power by Evers through that. Making use of the bad lineup by Bianco in the block. Falling down at his feet. 26 all. Oh, cut off this very well with his float serve. He's going to give a free ball back over on his own side. Where will they go? They go to Phillips. He's got a higher reach again, dealing with that set from Kaczynski, but it's gone over the other side. That could be a double.
Yeah.
And it is going to be a double. Bianco's ball handling skills was side spinning all over the place, so it needed a touch before it went over the line of the net. And it's now back advantage. Carlow cut off again. Will have the chance. Float serve this. Can he do the same? Aiming at the libero, drop it down to his feet. He does. He ended it there, but dealt with easily this time. Oh, it's now the block handling by James Needham again. That's let Carlow down on this occasion.
We're starting to get a nail biter here, folks. Neither team able to close out 2, which means we're just going deeper into overtime.
It's going to be important he wins this set.
Miguel up to Daniel, who gets the set back to Phillips, finds the little dink over the line. Oh, the setter loses his footing.
Oh, the wrong moments, because he was there in the area to keep the ball alive. There's plenty of sweat falling down on Ballymun's side.
Too fast, too furious.
Now, Carlow have this advantage. Oh,
Phillips putting
and it's
them under
worked out.
pressure.
And it's worked out.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Jeremiah Phillips comes up with a good, gets a good, strong float, aimed it in Barusa's direction. Shot it off to the right.
that kind of 6-1 seam a couple times now.
Oh yeah, and it's worked out. It's worked out very well for Jeremiah, but
He knows where to put it in other places where he finds a weakness. Chest out passes if
What's
they're up for the occasion.
what's your feeling? We go in 5 or will SETU close it out?
Well, I'll be honest, SETU were definitely the underdogs going into this. They've already been beaten twice by Ballymun Titans, who had come in as #1 seeds overall of 22 teams that were in Division 2. However, I did not expect this performance from SETU Carlow, mainly because they are missing their main big attacker, the Canadian exchange student Alex. But equally at the same time, I feel there's not enough crispness in the outsiders at the moment. Federico Barroso is trying to work different ways with his scoring strategy. He's not hitting the cleanest of balls through it. There's a little bit of nerves that you can feel through a lot of the swinged attacks. Carlo have the advantage as it is, but they could have easily thrown it away there. There was a 3-point lead that Ballymun had. Was it 22 points to 19? So it swings both ways.
I feel Ballymun has it in them to take this next set and go to 5. As you said, they have been, league favourites and going on. SETU peaked and got it back there. A couple of good serves, a couple of good blocks. I think Ballymun's been more consistent throughout the game, but it's all about execution.
It is, and who gets to that end line first? You can be as close as you want to it until you get your foot over it. That's what's happened to Carlow. They just peaked at the right time towards the end, minimize their mistakes. 2 points is all it takes, going into overtime. Advantage Carlow. If Carlow can tighten up a bit more on their block, tidy up a bit more, get more hands over the height of the net, minimize that space between their chest and the net, full hands, they can stuff out a few more attacks on the Ballymun side. Eden Hurley did make a change when he was reintroduced back in that set.
Yep.
Helped him to get to that 3-point deficit. He got a few hands in the block and some nice kills as well. But there was too many unforced errors as well on Ballymun's side, especially again on the service line, that can sometimes kill momentum in trying to hedge and tag on extra
Lineups
points.
from our 4th set are in. Players are taking the court. Ballymun remain unchanged. SETU Carlow sticking with it.
Well, they're starting off with their Dutch guy in the middle, Van der Ham, with Rapike at the back there. So 2 big middles from Ballymun, but they also sticking with their 3 main outsiders, Bianco, Barroso and Hurley. So I have a lot of faith in them, are sticking with them. Feel like they've been here before, but this is the first time Carlow have been in this situation. They've never been in the lead in either of the 2 previous games with Ballymun in the league. So this is new territory for them.
Pass in by Adrian, gets it back.
Hit off the net, but
Felt
play
like I
goes on.
clipped it, but referee must have saw contact. Oh no, that's twice. Oh, there's an ankle.
Ankle's gone. You have to stop the play there again.
Oh.
Really sit on it. I don't know, there's been a lot of sweat bumping, but I don't remember in the previous set Carlow having to wipe their side of the floor where Ballymun are currently. It looks like he twisted his ankle badly. The end will have to get himself ready for action straight away in this 4th set, but it's not looking good for Spanish Esquinas, Adrian Medina Esquinas.
So we do have a medic on standby, is in on their play, making sure everything's okay.
It's unfortunate when you see this in a game because generally we don't ever really expect serious injuries in comparison to collision sports that most of us are familiar with.
Bard gives Adrian a round of applause. Let's hope he's okay.
we all hope so. We never like to see something like that happen. However, Mark does have a backup setter. He's already been introduced in this game, Leanne. So we have to replay the previous points. First point, set 4.
Obviously, we've seen earlier Ballymun's other setter being in, did a capable job, missed a little bit of rhythm with the players, so maybe not the best hard hill to climb now for the Ballymun ones looking to get back into this. Even at that, if the injury is more severe to Adrian, obviously there's another match still to go for them to play Erlingus Harriers. Whoever loses this game to still go up.
I don't think they think about the future. I think they can only think about the moment right now. Still 2-1 Carlow.
Adrian steps in to take that off the libero to say, nope, give me the swing. Hand dug by Phillips. Goes back to Adrian, who can only find the long sideline, but wide.
Yeah, he had no approach into it whatsoever. He was relying so much on his hitting arm to be able to spin that ball down, but not enough snap on it. From what is a traditional middle hitter playing out in the wing in this D2 final.
Pass can only be put up by Ivers. Phillips coming a long way inside to get there.
He's doing well.
Daniel making him work for that one.
It was a nice swing, just unfortunately on the other side of the back line. Didn't help. Just another mistake now in the attack by Carlow.
Keeping the serving pressure up. Scramble play. Can only be free balled by Phillips.
Oh, it was too silly there by Leanne. He was trying to go to Van der Hem in the middle, but he ends up pushing it too close to the net, and the middle block there were already ready for it. Van der Hem tried to poke it, but hands in the block, put the ball down on Ballymun's side. Oh, Bianco does well against Phillips on this occasion. Swings it hard at the outside hand of Jeremiah, who wasn't really looking at the ball in the right direction. Easy point in the attack for Bianco. Russo to serve. Oh, it's another service error by the captain, Ballymun. Again, another avoidable one. Ball goes back in Carlow's. Sure, it's a little bit lower his trajectory on his slow serve, but he's easily dealt with by and that's the second one now by Antonio Bianco, using the block to his own advantage. If it's not set up right, even cut off number 6 there for Carlow. Knows himself that he has to turn his hands just that little bit more back into the center of the court.
So good energy, handled well by Ivers, who gets it back. He's underneath, can only roll. Hurley using his previous setter's experience to put that ball up for pipe for Federico. We go back to Phillips though.
He uses the hands of Repique, who was late for the block, to his own advantage. Got his hands on the way down on his own side, and that could have gone anywhere for Ballymun to scoop up, but too far away.
Dropping short, makes life hard for the Ballymun libero to pass and get out of there. Does Phillips get under it? Referee says yes. Rolled by Ivers, who takes out the off blocker. Big pipe coming through by Federico. Not able to be controlled. Wonderful broad jump.
Yeah, wonderful, but there needs to be more frequency than that from Baruso now. We haven't seen him win a clean point in a while, especially when he was needed in the end of that third set. But that will do his confidence a world of good. Oh, and then it's just taken down a peg with a very, very lame jump serve by Antonio Bianco. He was just trying to get it over and in, but he was far off the mark.
Phillips still going after that 6-1 seam, making life tough for Libero Jan, resulting in point SETU. 5-5.
Yeah, level pegging.
Oh, what a pick out to Hurley, who wants to do justice for his Libero.
There was a gap there in the blocks, but they were giving Carlow had a chance to hit off the top of the net. The feet were a bit quicker in the backcourt defenders of Carlow. They could have easily recycled that ball. They were late to the party. Resume to the action. Hurley to serve. Goes with a float poke.
Miguel up to it, runs through the middle, and James finds that cross-court swing.
He got his timing right into his approach. The ball just popped up and down. He just needs to keep with that consistently with his setter, Daniel, so he can win a lot more points in this set. Strong serve by Evers. He gone into the middle, but Eden was there. On Rapike, so it's free ball back over.
Love that James took a step across to take that.
Oh, that 1-2 again. And James is expecting this quick one, but he should know how to adapt to his setter. He's been playing with him all season. He holds on to it just that little bit more, so the timing into your approach just needs to be just that little bit more delayed. It's very inconsistent with the connection. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Rikike drops it short, making life hard for Adrian to get down and back up, but pins that baseline.
Yeah, nice positioning on it. Hits on the pinpoint of the line. Which they needed. They need the big man to be firing every time and winning points at the net. He's a big player for them. He's the heart and soul of this SETU team. So if he ends in victory, it'll mean
Caught
a
in
lot
the
to him.
chest. Big one from Federico.
Yeah,
James is tight.
Set.
Setter's got a challenge on the net, but over.
It's a net touch. Franco and Pavel Vakiewicz both called it at the same time, so it must have been an obvious one there. Baruso touching the net. And he popped up and down. Oh, it's
Great
double
recovery by
blocks
the
there.
Libero, doing his job. Antonio with a big one.
It's a better swing, but it's recycled for Carlow.
We
Go
go
to Baruso.
get under that. Oh.
Phillips was there, he got his hands to it, but didn't get enough hands underneath the ball. Keep it up and down. Goes under the net. Give the ball back to Ballymun. Eat all. It's going to be a rotation foul. People don't know where they're supposed to be. I think everyone's out. No one knows where they're supposed to be. Hopefully this won't seep into the heads of Carlow. It was the setter. Daniel Kaczynski is the next server. 3 points for Ballymun. Now their advantage. The end serves. Gone behind Phillips.
Oh, it's a great approach through the ball. Hard set by Jan.
Oh, and he's on
there's
the
a net there.
Big fish on the net. It was very, very tight. I don't know if it was the right decision to try and volley it straight over. He could have tried to make a jump and leap before the ball dropped down below the height of the net. Anyway, it results in a mistake by Ballymun and a point for Carlow.
So we got 9-9 here. Goes back to Federico. Great close by Adrian to fly and get there.
Baruso took a little bit too long. There was loads of space on the net, but as you said there, Ventura got over in the nick of time to get his hands faced in to the right direction. And hopefully he's shown the rest of his Carlow players, especially in the middles, how to turn your hands back in at the point of you know. Barusso's not hitting the best as it is, as the game has progressed. He's been easily read. He's trying his hardest to try and work with a lot of out-of-system balls. But even when the ball is perfect to him, the block is ready for him as well.
You know, it was a good timeout though from Ballymun, just to, you know, to take stock and give a little bit of instruction of what we want to do to try and get ahead in this phase of the game.
I know Bartas would have said you could try and get a lot through on your middles, but the middles have been stuff blocked a couple of times here, so it's down to Antonio.
Touch and recycle.
Again, block is really there. They go on middle there.
there
That
we
was
go.
a better sequence of passes there. The result in a quick ball to Peter van der Ham in the middle. And he Julia Blind hitting it over in zone 1, backcourt setter. No chance. Bruce will get it in. He gets it in this time.
In. High and
Tight
wide
at
to
the net.
Phillips.
Oh,
It's over off the head.
It's gonna be, it has to be a third touch. Yeah, play it on. Gone behind to Ventura.
No
It's off the
approach, but gets a good swing.
recycle ball now for
And
Ballymun.
through the middle. Oh, it's there!
Kept up. Oh, people were there. Maybe they take, I always say, you can be already down low. You can easily scoop that up a bit better with your hands rather than your foot. However, it was good pressure by Ballymun. Now, in a little bit of the momentum back in their favour here. Caruso, will he get his serve in again?
Oh, that's
Does.
nice.
Again, dealt with by Gomez. Ball's up there for Jeremiah Phillips. Oh, and Bianco didn't have his hands again. Turned back in. The ball goes off his hands and out. 11-all. Sure, with flow there. He goes over the zone 4 to Hurley. He goes another good pass. He goes on his 1-2. It's kept up alive. Jeremiah will actually have a swing on it. Even with the bump set with one hand by Daniel Kaczynski. Jeremiah Phillips, he might be only 17, but he's showing some of the big boys what it's like to be a go-to player, no matter what ball is given to him. Again up on the service line, goes down the middle, but easily dealt with by Jan. He swings it over Bianco's way, so they're going to go out to 4 to Hurley, who swings it as well, but
Well up.
Block has it up. Ever swings at it, but he's hitting it on the way
Underneath it,
down.
yeah.
He's hoping that there's enough top spin and he takes enough pace off. It will generally be a 100% swing, but even on this occasion, it's another meter beyond the back line. Just needs to get his timing right. Breathe a little more. I know he can do it. He can hit the ball from its highest position.
Oh,
up and
well
down.
took by the libero.
Nice take. That's more like it by Evers, but he hits straight into the block. Going for a more down ball. Maybe he should have looked up and see that Rapike is ready for him. Maybe change up his strategy and where to hit the ball in relation to Ballymun's block. It's going to be tight.
Phillips fixes.
Phillips.
We go
Phillips gets
from
it.
one hand tip to one hand defense.
Well, and it's his other hand. He out with his right hand, saves the ball, drops it back into the campfire. No reaction from Ballymun players. 3 point for Carlow, 13-all.
Good pass. Wide to Hurley, who does so well to contort and twist to be able to get that ball past Phillips.
I was going to say that because his whole body was screaming, I'm going to hit the line, but you can see at the last moment he's able to twist his wrist, come back in and face it into the center of the court.
Antonio
No
gets
block.
the top of Adrian's fingers. Miguel gets Ivers back in tempo.
Front
We
court
go.
setter. Oh, that's a
Oh,
double.
it's unlucky. I love the idea, but not the execution.
Yes, that's the thing, you know, if the plan is great, you have to finish it off. But I do think that he could have done better, maybe with jumping before he set. It should have been an easy pickup. It would have been an easy pickup for Carlow. Anyway, it results in a
Phillips
technical
still
error.
going after that one.
Oh, another technical error. He touched the net at the bottom. Momentum back in Carlow's favour, 15-14.
So obviously Ballymun you're going to lose points as a team, but it's how you react to them.
There's 2 in a row there now. It's now going to be another out of system ball. We go backcourt to Bianco, and again, was it really needed in that occasion? The heads are in the clouds right now from Ballymun. I don't know if Bart should be thinking about a timeout or a tactical substitution. However, Phillips gets the serve again. It's a lovely strong float. Oh, it was very tight, but I would agree as well. It was in and around the playing area. It made Ballymun think a lot, and their wishes came true. Seeing the ball drop on the blue side with this Taraflex.
Hurley drops it on the front row outside, who goes through the middle though.
Very low set by Kaczynski.
They get another chance at it. This time to Ivers, takes a big swing, up by Hurley. We get the back row one swing, rolls it this time, keeps the ball in play. Phillips, big approach.
Like it. No, I don't know. It's in and around the playing area.
It's
I know.
so close.
I'll give the benefit of the doubt to the referee. I think he's got good eyesight. He's not wearing glasses, so no need to call Specsavers just yet. And he does have the backing of his line judge there, who's promptly putting his flag up and out. We go against Phillips in the back. He does more control.
Finds the sideline. Big chase on.
It's kept alive. Gomez has it. Gone out to Evers. Yes.
Wow, great turn.
Yes, Luke Evers, that's what you want. Over the setter's hands. The smallest man on the team, probably with the lowest jump. Got it perfectly into the corner on zone 1. 16-17 Carlow. And it's Evers tosses it to serve. He floats it. There's a rotation fault. It's another one. Another avoidable error on Ballymun's part. I think it was Antonio Bianco there in the wrong position at the back. It's all happening here now. He's
That's
okay.
so tight on the line.
Tight on the line, but it made no difference anyway because he hits his forearm and goes timidly beyond the back line of Ballymun. But still Carlow's advantage. At front court sitter, they have 2 big guys, Needham and Pintura there. They go out to Pintura. Will he use the experience? He does. Exactly. That's what Carlow should be doing anyway. They see that Lynn size there at the front line. It's there to be exploited. And that's 2 times now. First with James Evers and now
I can
with
feel,
Luke Evers. Now with
I can feel from the start of the game, it was Ballymun attacking and Carlow holding on or trying their best to stay close. And now the whole dynamics kind of switched. I feel like Carlow's the ones attacking and Ballymun's doing their best to hold on.
Well, that's it. Well, like I'm not really seeing any meaningful attacks with the outside hits. And if they are, they had to think outside the box a little bit more because Carlow's block has been a lot stronger. And it's just there again. Was there a touch by Kaczynski? No, there wasn't. He lets it float out.
And you know, with a 3-point gap, SETU making 20 with 2 sets to 1, you know, they're inching ever closer. And you know, it's hard. There has to be a rally. There has to be an extra bit of something from Ballymun. Otherwise, it's just going to continue to trickle until the set's gone.
Yeah, it's looking like a lame duck for Ballymun right now because they're not bringing any energy at all into their swings. Everything seems to be rattled. Their contacts is rolling and tipping, and it's not really full, clean, crisp. So they're slightly overthinking things. Maybe also their energy levels have kind of seeped in, but it's the mental fatigue can kind of really rip into it when you see simple, avoidable errors.
I seen them crack open a bunch of Red Bulls after the last set, so.
Can do. Like, Carlow now have the ascendancy without having to do too much beyond their plan A, putting the ball over and in a lot of the time.
Good pass by Hurley.
It's a roll there.
That's down.
It's not up. It's down ball there. That's the first clean spike point I could see from Baruso in a while, and they needed that from him. I think Ballymun now are thankful that they have their setter in the back row, because now he's up to serve, Leanne.
That's a good serve at that.
It is, but where are they going to go? Go out to Adrian out in the wing. Oh, and the block's there, and it's
Oh,
kept
it's up
alive
now.
by a face off Gomez. But anyway, Ballymun's ball again. Out to Baruso. He's using with it. Oh, and it's still kept alive. Oh, Daniel Kaczynski forgot all about it. Baruso hit it with his left hand. The ball was sailing fast beyond his face, so he had to react. It was good pick-up and covering by Carlow on that. I think they do need a break on it because it was a surprise ball off the block onto Gomez's face, but they managed to recycle it. And then a lot of scrapping going over after Baruso's block between Kotov and Kaczynski. But still, advantage Carlow by 1 point. 20 points to 19, 2-1 open sets. Back with the resumption of play here. Lien gets going again on his serve and puts it in Pinchura's direction. Pinchura swings, it's off the block as well. Off Bianco's hands, high off it. That's experience coming to the fore there from Adrian Pinchura. Long-time servant of
One
volleyball
step
within
closer.
Ireland.
21 serving 19.
Goes in anyway. Kaczynski pops it in. They're going 1-2 with the middle blocker, Van der Hem, but it's gone out to 4. What would Bianco do? Again, the block is there. Well picked up by Kotov. It's just going to be free ball back over.
Adrian forgot to transition approach on that one.
But
but Phillips makes up for it.
But that's the thing. The block is there, and it's making Ballymun rethink everything. They rethink it so much that they have to bring on their young prodigy, Misho, once again. He's got lovely technique, but would he have a stern mentality to help gain back this deficit? Carlow only 3 points away. Another over and in ball. He's going for a high roll. That was an easy, readable ball, but everyone was late to the party, including Gomez. Evers was trying to cover Kaczynski in Gomez's area, but couldn't rescue them in time. So high float out to Pinchura. It's going to be tight for Phillips. You get any with that long reach, tipping it out, but it's going to be play onto the pipe to Baruso. This time it is picked up by Gomez. Gone out behind to Pinchura. That's it, Adrian. Well done, Adrian. You found the line, hit it down on the Libro's direction. Jan was in the area, but couldn't do anything at all to keep the ball alive.
So Ballymun facing a mammoth uphill task to stay in this game now.
Floating over to Hurley's direction.
We go back to
The block
Misha.
is there. Yes, kept alive by Phillips. Who's going to take it? Oh, there's an easy touch. Could have been over. Yes, I do think it was an overreach. It was highly unnecessary. There was no point of attack to define it as a block. And it's another free, easy point that results in match point. It's a SETU Carlow. Who would have thought of this before the game started? Ballymun were overwhelming favourites, but it's now Carlow who have the chance to get back to Division 1 status after losing it last year, getting relegated. However, not on this occasion. The block is always there, but this time the ball lands on the outside, much to the relief of Eden Hurley and his teammates. But it's still 3 more match points for Carlow. It's going to be up. Who wants to finish it off? It's going out to Evers. Oh, and the block is there. Misho.
Big one by Misha.
Misho did his job.
So the fat lady hasn't sung yet, but she is warming up.
It's going to be a second time out called by Carlow. They know they're there, they're thereabouts. They do have Jeremiah Phillips up on the front line for attacking as well, so maybe he might be the go-to to finish it off. If I was coach, if I was in that huddle in SETU Carlow, that's where I'd be saying where to put the ball to. I'm sure Luke Evers can always be the go-to if there's an out-of-system set, but if the pass is anyway decent from this service, you got to put out to number 5, Jeremiah Phillips. What do they do? We see Daniel Kaczynski will be coming up from zone 6, and once again Peter van der Ham has to put the ball over and then put pressure on this service. He does, puts it on the middle.
Takes out the middle.
Yeah, but it is gone to Jeremiah. Oh, it's a bit of an odd pass. It's going to be almost a free ball. It should be easily got. Who's going to get up the swing? It is going to be Phillips. It is still alive. Setter takes up that ball. It's
What a set from the middle.
Oh.
Hurley putting the team on his back.
And again, Jeremiah Phillips didn't commit to the block where he should have. But everyone else should have been able to
What a
line
set
itself
though
up.
from Ballymun's middle to come a long way, dig over the head, pinpoint for Hurley.
This has to be it. This has to be it. Carlow needs to win this set to win and get promoted again. Momentum's against them right now on this, but pass is in there. They've gone out to Evers. Oh, and he hits the antenna. Again, they're overthinking on what Ballymun had been doing all the way up to prior to this set. Now, level pegging. Again, Adrian Ventura is just trying to settle his teammates. And they're in rotation anyway. And Van der Ham to serve, pops it in.
Good serve.
Again, another good pass. Phillips swings it. That's what Phillips is good for.
They would have wished for that a couple of points ago.
They would. They only needed one of those anyway. But I think Kaczynski was favouring Luke Ivers, and he was backing himself as well. And now James Needham is back up on the front line, hoping that his block will be there, and also get ready for any counter-attack needs be. But anyway, it's Ivan Kotov to start for the match. He pops it in at least anyway. The ball's gone out to the 4 to Eden Hurley, who swings it, and there's a net touch, I think. There's a net touch. I think Jeremiah
I can't tell who it was, but the net's definitely bouncing and wriggling around there.
It is, yeah. I think Jeremiah was admitting to James Needham there that he was the one that caught the net.
So we're back into overtime for the second set running.
It's now Misho up to serve. Is he jumping? He is.
Oh, that's brave. Go on.
It is.
Go on.
James Needham get a touch.
Go
He can. Come
on.
on. Luke Evers, get it over. Okay, so we still have play. Gone out wide to Hurley. Big swing. Big swing. Gets it over. The late block. Down into the cross course. Just now. Set point, Ballymun. The first one that they have in set 4. Can they take it at the first time of asking, Graham?
They'll definitely hope so.
Carlow had their chances prior to that. Misha do the job. Oh, it's hitting the antenna. It's the second time in a number of points that the antenna has gotten a bit of love. But not the love that the teams that are hitting it wanted. Jeremiah Phillips shows what you can do. You can easily the go-to player for Carlow. A lovely full serve, but not on this occasion. Put too much pace behind that. It's a good 2 meters beyond the back line of Ballymun. So second set point for Ballymun. Ethan Hurley. You know he'll do a poke float at it. Passers have to be ready for it. Goes down to Kachura. They're going to James.
What an up!
By Jan. It's going to be swing by Baruso. We're back into for Carlow. Evers goes for another hit. It's going to be Jan to set it to Baruso. Offset, so Carlow can recycle. They've gone into the middle. James does very well to get it. Well, it's kept alive. Ball. It's going to be tight at the net. Oh, it's kept alive. It's going to be a second one. Joust at the net. Kaczynski does well in getting the second touch. Baruso,
Oh
what
my
can he
God,
do?
folks, the emotions.
Oh, get it up.
The
It is
emotions.
up.
Unbelievable stuff here. Ballymun somehow come back and clutch that 4th set, sending us to the 5th decider.
Just from the jaws of defeat, somehow Ballymun.
I know there might be people online that were a little behind and you're tuning in wanting to watch Docky Devils and Tala Premier League final, but stay tuned for this. What a game we have on our hands.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Carlow had it. They had it. They had 4, if not 5 match points in set 4, and even had a strong frontline attack when they were trying to get past Van der Ham's service. But every single time Ballymun did something to make the point go in their favour. Not only that, have changed momentum. 2-2, final set, race to 15. Referees called the captain there, Barisa and Pinchura. We'll see what happens. I don't think they're switching sides anyway, and we'll know who will be this first server very soon. Carlow have to just shake this off now. They had everything in their favour going towards the end of that fourth set, but lost a bit of their shape, lost a bit of the control of the ball. Worst of all, lost the fourth set to allow #1 seeds Ballymun Titans into a fifth set decider. People definitely getting their value for entertainment here, Graham.
100%. You know, I always love when a game gets so exciting that you can't really tell what way it's going to go. One team goes forward, one team goes back. Big rallies like this, that even though I should be commentating, I find myself holding my breath that I can't believe what's going on.
Yeah, and it's hard to keep up with the play when so many different actions are happening all within a single point. For example, you see that Adrian Esquinas is back around the Ballymun bench. He's got the ice pack on his ankle and in the wheelchair. Got the courtside seat viewing. However, he would have preferred to be in the middle of all this action. So a lot of responsibility on the end's shoulders. It's not like he hasn't been here before. Prior to Esquinas' introduction to the Ballymun squad midway through the season, Leanne would have been the main setter for the Ballymun Titans, and even last season with the Ballymun Dogs when they were called that. Will it be a case of remember the Titans? Remember the Titans anyway after winning that fourth set. Well, here comes the shootout. Len to proceed with the serve. Oh, they put it in.
Phillips chases but can only touch it.
The best of starts by Luke Ivers. Delayed the contact a little bit too long. Thought about it a little bit too much. Rolls back behind his head.
Goes off to the other side. Miguel struggles. Can only result in a free ball.
Oh, there was a bump. Oh, I mean, it was like a...
Gentlemen, you're only meant to chest bump after you win a point.
That's it. Usually I'd only associate in GAA where you go for a shoulder to shoulder, but generally it's with your opponents, not with your teammates. Easy flow serve there by Kaczynski. Goes into Van der Ham, but I do believe the set was a little bit too low. Van der Ham goes straight into the net with his swing. Point there for
good spot for the second ref. A little bit of sweat on the court.
A lot of sweat stains on the Ballymun side. I know they're
boys working hard.
They're working overtime anyway.
Deep serve, but handled by Hurley. Going wide to Misha. Had a big approach. There was a touch on that.
Some call of a net touch again. Oh, it's letting them down. This discipline by Carlow. Either 6 or 5 anyway. Both of them were in the block, Kotoff and Phillips. Baruso now to serve. Goes with a strong float. He keep it in. He does. Aims it at Pinchura. They go wing to Phillips. And that's it. He hits it hard off the outside hand of the middle blocks. Peter van der Ham goes into the middle of the court. They'll need to get a few more now off Jeremiah as we get this race to 15.
Oh, it's dropped.
Dropped, but dealt with by Jan. Getting a roll there.
And Misha's been pulling these out.
Yeah, he's still kind of finding his feet on the court. He's not going full swing at it. you're kind of hoping that he's just buttering himself up for when the time comes later on in the set, that he'll be able to put more power and swing behind it. But he's making the Carlow defense think. Go behind Phillips, who rolls it, is kept up alive by Michaud. He's going to set in front to him as well, and there you go. A little bit more juice in that swing. Drops in front of the feet of Ivan Kotov, who's a bit late and off with the block. 4-3 now, Ballymun. Oh, it's going out, and it is gone out. McGeever has heard a call from his teammates. Could have potentially touched it, but thankfully let it go. Kotov, another pop serve, go floating to Baruso. Lovely pass into Leanne.
What a turn.
Again, Phillips didn't commit to the block, but anyway, play goes on. Oh, lovely cover there by James Needham, but couldn't do enough to keep the ball alive. Jump serve by Michaud there.
Phillips can only fix.
Oh, the set was very, very low, Graham, by Kaczynski. Jeremiah Phillips tried to react as fast as he can into it, but he ends up hitting.
So Misha hasn't put a string of two together yet. This is his chance, and to give Ballymun real big advantage going forward into the side change. There is the second. Chops it across his body this time. Ivor stays high. Hand dug by John. We have Hurley for the big swing, wraps around it, but doesn't get the ball to go down.
No, he kind of misconnects it on that, hits it a bit too flat. Snap his wrist hard enough, and there you go. We see Michaud.
You know, Misha doing a good job, having 3-4 swings, couple of rolls, good serving impact.
Very reliable and very steady. Like, steadies the ship for Ballymun, bringing on their more adventurous attacker, Antonio
Phillips
Bianco.
catching the Ballymun libero high on the shoulder. Miguel comes a long way to get it, slightly low, forces the middle out of it. Comes a long way, can only tip.
Good reaction.
Oh,
again.
we're into panic. There was a touch.
He needs it for a third time. It's kept up alive. And he
Nice
does.
from James. What a set. Have a swing at that.
It's just rolled. Oh, Eden Hurley had all the time in the world, but that's the problem. When you have all the time in the world, sometimes you can take too long at it. And he ends up hitting down on the top of the net and bounces back on his own side. There was no block as well on that. I'm sure Bart has told him every time, just keep swinging at it. Sometimes there's only even half a block ready for him. Just like in that occasion, wasn't a block commitment from Jeremiah Phillips. He's done that a couple of times in this game. However, it won't matter anymore now because he's up on the service line. Can he get something off this?
On the setter's head, but low. Fixed by Rupika.
Oh, there's someone on the net.
There's a net touch.
A net touch again. I think James Needham was in the net. There's a touch around on it. Second referee has been very sharp in this game. He's been called a couple of times into action. I would say for the most part, not nearly 100%. He's got his calls correct, so well done, Gleb, Dimitrenko. Pop float there by Hurley, going out wide. Evers, oh, he swung it all right. He swung it in straight at Baruso's head. It could have been going out. Even Baruso said it was going out, but if you're in the way, you're a sitting duck, aren't you? You have to be able to take these risks from time to time. Get it over in certain areas. Hopefully that ball goes either too fast. Can't defend it too well, but he can cancel that one out anyway. What he got from his spike, and that resulted in service error and a point for Ballymun. 7-6. Is it 7-6 or is it switch side? Is it 8-7? They're saying 8-7. Yeah, it's just the scoreboard here is just a little bit behind. But yes, Ballymun have just the slight advantage here, 8.7. we have the change of ends. First team reaches 8 points.
Nice serve, making the approach hard for Adrian. Still gets there, but pulls it down into the net, looking for the line.
He did, but he hit it straight into the bigger blocker of Van der Ham. He's more prepared for it. I think Ventura, if he opened up his eyes, that they have the front court setter to be hitting it more down the line or in zone 6. To go at it again. He sees it. That's more like
That's a nice
it.
mover. Go on, Rapike. Go get that. Yes.
It's going to be kept up alive. I don't know what. Bianchi was trying to take Leanne's ball. Anyway, play goes on. Phillips. Oh, and again,
Big
second
block
time in
by
a
Van der
row.
Ham.
Van der Ham, big hands are over it with another monster block. I think soon enough, Ventura will have to take a timeout. It looks like the players are going to come off after they do the substitution for Ballymun. Not yet, are they? It was a bit too late on that. I don't know if there should be a card for delay in play, but you know, the second referee doesn't even see the timeout. Going to be called by Carlow on the other side. Just one thing at a time. Only the captain can be talking to the referees and don't want, yes, exactly as I thought, a yellow card for Ballymun for the delay in play. Just a warning, no effect on the scoreboard. However, will this delay in play help change the momentum back in Carlow's favour? Trying again to do this sub, so it's a strategic sub, Graham. They're taking off the centre here for a big block. You see Adrian Pintura on that last point. He must have heard my words of wisdom in the commentary box here of go hit the line over the small block. So now Bart is going to put on the big block.
Hurley, as former setter for the Ballymun team, now playing outside, is going to take over the setting duties from 6.
Well, I think Antonio Bianco would also fancy his chances as well if the ball's in his general direction, but we'd be kind of expecting the ball then to be set out on a counter-attack to Federico Barroso up in position 4. Anyway, Rapike, he let the effect come to him.
That's got him.
Ends up being an absolute waste of a sub. Madalena, unfortunately, this will be his last action of the match. Yeah, we'll be back on setting up there in zone 2. But still, it's advantage Ballymun. James Needham needs to get a run of serves here.
Oh, unlucky.
Not the right time to be having a service error. Again, avoidable, especially with a deficit here now of 3 points.
Good touch by Antonio. Is able to calmly recycle it to go to Federico with that cheeky wee roll over the top.
4 points now. 4 points now. I don't know what Carlow have got up their sleeves as it is, but they're going to be very, very reliable. No, this I was going to call a timeout, but the first referee calls the play to go on. His hand was already out. Again, Adrian
Another
has to
touch.
recheck his run, but the ball's
Jan gets
kept
under it.
alive.
Oh!
3 people going for the same ball. Should only been 1. I know everyone feels like they're committed towards it, but one should have dominated just getting that touch, especially when it was only going to be a free ball put back over to Carlow's side.
Opportune timing for SETU. So SETU goes back, give them 3 hitters in the front. Can they mount a comeback in this 5th set?
Well, they have to have their block ready and steady. They'll have to start from this serve. An easy one to deal with by Jan Denofra.
There's one back.
That's it, the 3-man blocker up there, so this is going to be the strongest lineup Carlow can put up now with 2 points down.
Not taking any risk, letting his team do the work.
Well, he's been like that all game now with his serves, just to pop over and in, minimize any mistake. Oh,
It's
that's out.
wide!
No touch at all. Yes. First referee agrees with the line judge. Even we all saw it hitting on the blue side of the courts. Now it's only a 1-point deficit. Ballymun could have called a timeout there, but they let Carlow take the serve again. Again, all options available to Ballymun. Again, the block is ready. Getting back, Jeremiah Phillips and Ivan Kotov are sealing that door. They're not letting Antonio Bianco get in there. And now Bart Bileski calls that timeout for Ballymun.
And I know it's so easy for us as commentators, as watchers, to talk with hindsight, but how costly was that missed serve from Repique after the blocking sub?
Well, that's the thing about ebbs and flows of every game, you know. It can take a moment like that that wasn't part of the plan to help give the other team a bit of an ascendancy, and now they're tagging on a couple of points in a row here to make it level at 12 balls. Voices are up, the tails are up from Carlow. They know that their block is there. It's more assured. What will Ballymun do to try and get out of this hole? The end's going to be under a little bit more pressure here again. Expect another easy float serve to go over and in from Daniel Kaczynski. He does. Gets it over to Hurley, who deals with it nicely. To go behind to Baruso. He does way better on that. Saw that he was lined up against Adrian Ventura if he went down the line or hit towards zone 6, so he decided to go to the hands of the late block of Ivan Kotov and puts it out over to the right side. Now it's his turn to serve.
Oh, it's deep.
Dealt with, he's going to put it in front.
A lot of work to do for Phillips.
Skipped up.
Still there. Setter's getting taken out. Middle comes in, delivers a wide ball.
Worked out.
No!
Worked out in the end. It's Carlow's point, yeah.
Just ricochets from Hurley's block onto the antenna, causing the block out, tying us up at 13 apiece. Is an absolute nail biter.
Yeah, well done to Adrian for dealing with that. He tried his run check all around, but the set was put out too wide, but hit it at the right side of Ethan Hurley's hands, giving the point and serve. Down middle here to Peter, yes.
Calm, cool, collected, and that brings us to first match point, Ballymun.
We hadn't seen a clean attack from the middle in a while, but I know that will do. Ballymun, a world of good, getting that feeling that their middle attack is still on song and ready to be called upon.
So sport is an entertainment business, and in entertainment there are heroes and there are villains. And right now, on both teams, you have a chance to be a hero or to be a villain on this potentially match point.
It is first match point for Ballymun. I wouldn't have said that at the end of set 4 when Carlow had 4. They could take away one of them. Now it's the
a
first
lot of
time
the
of asking.
crowd on their feet, cheering the Ballymun side on.
Definitely the Ballymun under Hem floats it in over to Gomez, is offset. Okay, what's going to Phillips do? He rolls onto it. So advantage here, Ballymun. Finish it off. Bianco. Oh, it's kept alive by Phillips. Kotov. Well done, Kotov.
Just that.
Yeah,
Can only be a free.
Okay.
That's a quick free ball though.
Well, they're going to go to Phillips. Has to be the guy, and it's out. It's out by Repique. Very good by Phillips.
So I thought with the last roll shot he lost his opportunity to be the hero on that point, but he got another bite at it and takes it on the second attempt, tying us up 14-14. So we are going overtime in our 5th deciding set.
Yes, we'll see what happens. Kotov serve does what he has to do, 100% over and in.
Oh, the nerves must be crazy for these guys.
And they're going into Phillips' serve. Phillips' hand. Phillips is there again for the block.
The hero arc.
It's been the story of the second half.
The hero arc for Jeremiah Phillips continuing. Can he seal it with a three-peat?
Jeremiah Phillips has shut the door on Hurley, on Baruso, and even on Bianco. Doing very, very well. He's been the go-to guy, the main guy for SETU Carlow right here. Bart has to come up with an alternative strategy, I would feel. The pass is good, as I always been. We expect an easy flow serve by Ivan Kotov to go in. The backcourt setter, use all your lines of attack. Where do you go in the net? Evers is up there on the left side. Needham is
been inconsistent in the block, but has come up trump from time to time. Whenever it's been tight to him, stuff it. It's their moments. Now is match point. SETU Carlow.
Oh, it drops.
It's going to be a play on ball, but someone else has to set it. Needham sets it out to Phillips. It's off the block again. They'll have another chance. Yes, of course they're going to go to Phillips. And there's
the three-peat. The hero arc finished by taking SETU into Division 1. Ballymon got it. Obviously trying to bring it all together. But it's hard. It's so hard to go this far. A long season, a long match. They have another bite at the cherry. They still got to go against Erlingus Harriers to play off. You'd like to think they can make a very interesting game of that, but obviously we need to think about the extent of the injury to regular setter Adrian. Might make that game a lot more difficult than what it could have been.
Maybe so, but I do feel that with this game it could have gone either way.
Yep.
With the momentum, it's like a lot of things go out the window from the training ground to the competitive court. No one's going to be close. Everyone tries to reach their 100% game, but it's never going to be like that. There can be things that put you off, things that can distract you, things that you didn't expect in training that are happening to you at the moment in the game. And then you say Carlow nearly threw it away after set 4. Then Ballymon had their chance, swinging it back around. But then they got stuck in that one rotation with Jeremiah Phillips stuck up there at the net. All the main attackers from Ballymon tried their best to go past his hands, tried to think of an alternative plan to win the point.
So I'll give a massive congratulations to SETU Carlow, commiserations to Ballymon. We're going to take a short intermission here and then we will get back underway for our men's Premier League final. So go make yourself a quick cup of tea and get back here soon.